Welcome to Superchat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is Rooted in Essential Oils, and they're going to talk to us about the benefits and effects of being rooted in essential oils, or essential oils themselves. 672 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them towards the 700 they're thinking about. I've seen many people in chats mention the name Famous. They let us know that is the creator behind the channel right on their About page here, and they give some volunteer ideas about being able to be reached by people if you'd like to talk to them about all the things they're doing on their channel. We got a little bit of action at the beginning of the stream here, so thank you for that. And pardon me, Watch Us Decorate, thank you for the super chat. You Knew is a longtime friend. They've just done the same thing. Both of these creators have done that many times before, as well as Izzy Pop. Gifted a membership at the beginning of the stream, and I see that Pam's Cozy Crochet Nook again has renewed that membership, so thank you for that, and dropped another super chat, so thank you. We're going to look at all those channels before I start spinning the wheel in another moment. Pardon my clunky beginning to our show today. I was almost not quite ready. No matter how much we prepare, sometimes we're not quite ready, but that's okay. I'll use it as an excuse. But thank you, everybody, for being here. Now, Rooted in Essential Oils, like I said, is going to talk to us about the benefits and effects of essential oils more than anything else. However, there's a little bit of variety on the channel as well. So, for instance, Embarkation Day, my dear goodness, on their way on Carnival Magic, and that's just a video that went up yesterday. I'm going to put this into a special playlist I use. I call it Catch Up, and it's just so I can keep caught up with creators. Shorts on this channel have started to move as well, getting into 2,500 views and beyond. And then live streams on the channel are frequent. I've been lucky enough to catch this creator, I believe, a couple of times, once for sure, but I thought it was more than once. They're on frequently, and they give a chance for everybody to talk about the essential oils, obviously, while they're in the chat. But it's great when we have a dynamic host like this that can keep up with the chat while sticking to their subject at the same time. Conversation can go anywhere once we get into a live stream. Most of us have seen that before, but Rooted in Essential Oils is very knowledgeable in all the things they're talking about on their channel, and therefore can be very helpful in that way. If that makes sense. And then Ree's Blissful Connections, thanks for coming in. I'm just putting them on the wheel right now. We always put members on our wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. We expect to be here for about 3 hours. Lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen. Silver Assassin Metal Detecting is also here. They're a member. I've got them on the wheel. Scratch and PPA is in the pole position. He is one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my YouTube journey of now getting close to 7 years. And then Michael's Adventures will send his regards. He's another beloved and dedicated moderator that is here every day that he can be, but works in the afternoon, so is not able to be with us in the work days most of the time. We'll likely see him on the weekend. The Hillbilly Chicken Ranch and Pallets, Pouts, Perfumes, and Panning are both early in the door with Fairbrick Studio and Just Jason Keto and more. Chris's Creation Fun and his wife Canadian Family Life are both here. P&J's Homestead Adventure is here with the 70s culture. Backyard Trucker is in the house as well. And then 49 More is in the house. Ree's Blissful Connections is here, and I think I mentioned that already. I don't mean to miss anybody. I got quite a few introductions to go through. Ron's Keto Cafe is also in the house to help us with healthy eating and healthy living. And he did a great chicken parmesan recipe the other day. Bella's Whisper Farmstead and Belt Loop 29 are both in the house. Crimson Skies and Jan Hines are here. Jennifer Ocean Homestead and Jeremy D-Day were early in the door. Jevin Richardson, never late. I always appreciate every moment anybody can spend, and you slipped in right before we started. Marketplace Boutique is here. They happen to be a member, so I'll get them onto the wheel right away. MLY Bird Farm is here. Mommy Leah TV is in the house. house. I hope I'm pronouncing that right for you, but it's good to have you here. And Simply Vigo's in the house. The Wander Lovers, I think we saw you once before, and forgive me if I'm mistaken. And then You Knew, like I said, is here. It's Me, Alec, is an enthusiastic creator who's here with us just about every day as well. DJ's Adventures and Beyond is in the house. AG Born Jamaican is here, and I hope I haven't missed anybody. I see the Stock Explorer is also in the house as a member and a moderator. And I'm just cleaning up our wheel a little bit. So one more time, we're looking at Rooted in Essential Oils. I feature a different channel at the beginning of every episode of Tuber Chat, or almost everyone, so that you have the opportunity to meet loyal and dedicated supporters even when we're not live streaming. You see them featured on the thumbnails of our videos and occasionally featured across our social networks as well. So Rooted in Essential Oils is now a longtime friend. They've been with us many months. I don't think it's been a year, but I think it's about 6 months. Could be longer. And I could be mistaken. Of course, I start to lose track of how long some of our friendships have gone on because so many creators here are so loyal and dedicated as supporters. So hopefully everybody will connect with Rooted in Essential Oils. And I'm going to get to Izzy Pop right now. This channel is a little bit harder to find just because of the popular singer Iggy Pop. So what I'm going to do is take their handle, which is Izzy Pops. And I'm going to put that into the chat. Everybody can type that out or copy and paste it if you need to, or if you're able. I see Roadkill Gaming Jory is in the house. They've been streaming frequently as well. I'll get them onto the wheel. Yes, Jennifer Ocean Homestead, it can feel like that, especially when we use this wheel. The wheel is something we commonly see in many different channels for giveaways and things like that. It's from a website called wheelofnames.com, and it's free. Anybody can use it. I'll never remember where I saw it the first time, but many creators are using it. But it's a lot of fun, and it's got a lot more features than I use here, but it gets pretty full at times. But I do have things that will happen throughout the stream that will allow me to speed things up so that we can get to a few creators from our chat list. We always do. And Izzy Pop, thank you. I know you said you couldn't stay, but we wanted to put your channel up, of course. They gifted a membership earlier, and I certainly appreciate that. I know the recipient will be happy to have had that. I think it's too far back for me to scroll and catch who got it, but thank you for that again. And when we look at Izzy Pop, we see a creator who lets us know on their About section that they're going to bring us pure variety on their channel. Lately, they've been doing a lot of music and animation. So let's just have a look at their latest couple of videos. They post almost every day. I'm going to put the latest one into my catch-up list. I've talked about that before. Playlists can be a great tool for keeping up with your favorite creators and people you want to keep connected with. And then, of course, they've got 1,500 subscribers here. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships. When we get there, you'll see this outstanding and beautiful avatar matched by their absolutely gorgeous banner, and then the thumbnails that match everything else as well. So they got a great brand going on here. Shorts in the channel bring a bit of variety, and we see lots of creators doing this, if not most, actually. And then 1,300, 1,600 views, one of them at 13,000, which is great to see. And then live streams. Izzy Pop is live frequently. I catch them often, and the conversation literally can go anywhere once we get into Izzy Pop's live streams. But they are incredibly knowledgeable about their friends, their family, their followers, and so they will do a great job of shouting everybody out. They want to let people connect in a similar way to what we're doing here as well. Cali King 916 from Sacramento, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody is still active, we should get around to everybody. And I keep talking about playlists. We're going to look at You Knew in a second here. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So the next channel that we're looking at is You Knew, and for those of you noticing a little bit of a glitch on my camera there, it's not actually. I've just pre-recorded a couple of the things that I say 4 or 5 times during the stream, or 7 or 8 times. And that's an experiment. I'll probably change that up. but something fun that can be done when we're using a system like Streamlabs Desktop, OBS, or other things like that. So You Knew is up on the screen right now, and this is another creator who's been a longtime friend. I think they've been with us for about 2 years now. It's pure variety on this channel. When we get into their videos, you're going to find that. I'm just going to grab the latest one. It looks like they've been doing a lot of newsworthy or reaction type of ideas on the channel, but they've got a lot of StreamYard panelists that come up with them as well. I've caught them many times. I can't remember the last time I caught you, but I got the notification bell on, of course, for every single channel. We all do that. Hopefully I'll catch you for one of these again. They're on frequently, as we can see, usually 2 or 3 times a week as a minimum. And then shorts on this channel bring pure variety, as do most creators in the Superchat family. 12,000 and 13,000 on a few of these, lots into the thousands, which is great. So as you post more and more, you'll likely see those continue to grow. And it's interesting to see how you're doing these as well. I wonder if you're using the actual green screen feature, if that's what it's called. I haven't used it yet from like the iPhone or the new like Samsung phones or anything like that, where you can take something that looks like a shorts video and then put yourself in front of it, which is a great idea for the short form content platforms. And then hopefully everybody will connect with You Knew. They're now working on 2,500 subscribers, and like I said, they've been a long-time friend, obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, pardon me. And if anybody, I keep mentioning playlists, yes, would like to swap them, please just say so. And then let's think about Watch Us Decorate. Now, thank you again, You Knew, for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. They've done that kind of thing countless times before. Watch Us Decorate has also done that kind of thing. So thank you for another super chat and a generous beginning to today's live stream. We'll look at Watch Us Decorate in a second here. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then Rushing Wind Mountain, good to see you in the house. King Morgan is here as well, and I think we got a brand new channel. Carmen's Place, good to have you here. And forgive me if I'm mistaken about that, if you've been here before, but for anybody that's brand new, today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. And we're looking at Watch Us Decorate. So one of the things you're going to notice on this channel right away is the incredible art that goes into their dessert and cake making. It's not just cakes here, cakes and cupcakes. They got lots of other stuff like these candied apples. I just watched this one, which is really interesting to see, especially when they start getting into making the stuff with different colors. I've had, my share of candy apples in my life, luckily, but some of the things that they're doing on this channel are just gorgeous. I'm just going to grab the latest video in our home. Kristen Welton, some of you know as well as myself. We live in Niagara Falls, a tourist town. They have tons of this stuff, and we watch some TV shows as well, the baking and cooking shows occasionally, and this is the kind of thing that I expect to see, where it's like just beautiful work, incredibly professional, far beyond anything I would even dream about when it comes to the idea of a cake or a dessert or anything like that. Of course, I don't know how I never noticed the money one. That's one that could probably be suitable for a lot of creators, for sure, when we're thinking monetization and things like that. Watch Us Decorate has also done a few live streams, so we'll keep an eye on the channel, see if they're going to keep that up. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. Thank you again, Watch Us Decorate, for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated, always. Follow the Bradley's Fun and Mark the Shark. Good to see you both here. Thank you for coming in. Mark the Shark's doing some deliveries right now. Got to keep those side hustles going. And then, oh, pardon me. Is it can't be got to go. It's got to be good to go. Is that right? Am I right about that? Fishing in PA, Pennsylvania, I'm assuming. Pamski. So thank you for coming in. That's your name comes up odd. I think that's because of special characters and things like that. But thank you so much, especially for the thumbs up. Thanks for being here. And I feel like I missed another channel. I know my dear friend Sam's Vlog Trains and More is in the house. He's a dedicated and beloved moderator as well as a member. So I'm going to get him on the wheel right now. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. But we will get to our chat list and start adding names to our wheel based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation soon enough. Next up is Pam's Cozy Crochet Nook, who just renewed their membership, but they also dropped a super chat just as we got started there. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And my dear friend AceFlaw1 Andy has been with me for 4 years, probably 4.5 now, because longer than Superchats even existed, and continues to be with us today. If you can imagine, we are actually on episode number 695 of Superchat, so we really only have a week and a half to go now about for getting up to episode 700, which is a very exciting milestone, and I hope everybody will join us for that as well. I'm aiming for Sunday, but we'll see, just in case. You never know what's going to happen if I have to move things around, so I left a bit of space there, and then we'll try to keep things back up to 3 and 4 times a week. Trish the Natural, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. She's here just about every day as well. Pam's Cozy Crochet Nook, pardon me, I think has been with us probably every stream since finding us just a couple of months ago. And I've been lucky to actually catch this creator live a couple of times already. And then, no, Butler Family Farm. Do I have you on the wheel? I hope I do. You were here so early. Oh, maybe I didn't put it on the wheel yet. I often don't put names onto the wheel until literally a moment before we start, because sometimes people come in, like, let's say 30 minutes before the stream starts. Not Butler Family Farm, but I'm just saying in general, lots of channels, but they're not able to stay into the stream, so I don't start adding names until we actually get going. But Butler Family Farm's on there right now. But Beverly Moffat, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. And for anybody that is a member that knows they're supposed to be on the wheel but are unsure, feel free to ask. I'd love it if everybody can read the text. I know it can be tough if you're on a phone to see if you're there, but if not, then don't be afraid to give a nudge and make sure, because I'd rather make the mistake of doing something twice than not doing it, right? Members are supposed to be added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. So Pam's Cozy Crochet Nook, thanks for renewing that membership again today. Thank you for another super chat. I really do appreciate that. Of course, 506 subscribers right now, and she has to be excited about crossing that 500 milestone. 507 as I switch the page, so you've obviously got another subscriber right this second, which is great. And she has an interesting about section on her channel. She talks about being a self-taught crocheter and a lefty at that. Crochet is her passion. She makes baby blankets, scarves, afghans, and donates a lot of what she makes as well. And she's got a Happy Mail video, which is great. I love seeing creators being so supportive to each other. So when you see a Happy Mail video, it's obviously a friendship that's building between a couple of creators, or a collaboration of some sort where they're sending each other things outside of YouTube, which I think is great. So Pam's Cozy Crochet Nook is bringing a chance to get to know her, a little bit of information about the channel, and a lot of crochet. And when we look at her shorts videos, we see more variety. Like I said, lots of creators are doing this. She's gotten into over 1,000 on one of these, and over 4,000 on another one, which is great to see. Live streams, like I said, are frequent. I'm just going to set notifications for a few of these, even though we have the notification bell on. We set notifications for everything we see. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. So she's got a trivia time coming up. She's got a couple of these planned. She's got I'm assuming she's going to do StreamYard panels on these couple here. But like I said, I've caught her a few times already and was happy to do that. So hopefully everybody will connect with Pam's Cozy Crochet Nook. We'll help her keep that 500 locked in, get her moving towards 600. And then, again, because we're talking about 500 subscribers, if anybody's thinking about swapping playlists with each other for watch hours, please just say so in the chat and feel free to reach out to each other. Life is Jaleesa. Good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. And thank you one more time, Pam's Cozy Crochet Nook, both for your membership and your super chat. Again, for that reason, we put her channel up on the screen before we started spinning the wheel, but it's time now. So Chris's Creation Fun is going to come up. We always look at that channel and his wife, Canadian Family Life, whenever either one of them comes up. They both happen to be members right now, which is overly generous, but they are also fellow Canadians and incredibly supportive creators. And when we look at Chris's Creation Fun, we see somebody who started with 3D printing but has now gotten into some do-it-yourself videos, specifically fixing that 3D printer and then getting into some solar equipment as well, which I'm sure will be great for a lot of our homesteading friends who are doing a lot of solar work also. I have a lot to learn when it comes to that, so I'm grateful for these channels that are bringing us do-it-yourself type videos or showing us how they're doing things so that we can, first of all, avoid mistakes, but secondly, take inspiration from them. So Chris's Creation Fun is posting more content now, which is great. Shorts on the channel have just started, but he's already into hundreds of views, so hopefully that will continue soon enough. He's at 85 subscribers, and I'm hoping we can push him a little bit farther on the road to that first 100. We know he must be thinking about that. We're going to look at Canadian Family Life in a quick second. That's Chris's Creation Fun's wife, Tiffany. Most of you will recognize her because you've seen her on so many other channels, especially in StreamYard panels. She collaborates with all kinds of creators. And Jennifer Ocean Homestead, thank you so much for the membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. For that reason, I'm going to put your channel on the wheel right this second. And every day that you're here afterwards, we will put your channel onto the wheel as soon as I see you in the chat, like we do for all of our members. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. Canadian Family Life, like I said, is Tiffany. And this is a creator that brings a lot of different things on her channel. On the banner, it says cooking, daily life, family fun, gardening. She brings grocery hauls, happy mail videos, shout outs for other creators, and a lot of occasional live streaming as well. Now, Tiffany, I'm just going to grab your Easter special video. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list, but she did a great job on a trailer the other day for the channel. And when anybody can find time to have a trailer for your channel, I think it's a great idea. It can also be used, if you think about it as an idea, a trailer for videos as well. If somebody happens to find your video that hasn't yet subscribed to your channel, what a great idea. And for anybody that is subscribed, what a great reinforcement, maybe even inspiring to those of us in the Superchat family to use a trailer on your premieres and live streams. Venom for Life, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. That's another friend of over 3 years. I think we're going to have to start saying 3.5. It could be even longer pretty soon. And then while we're looking at Canadian Family Life on the screen, we see one of the fastest growing channels in the Superchat family over the last 4 years. Canadian Family Life is already over 3,100 subscribers, and you know I say of channels of this size that there must be much to be learned from them, as well as entertained and inspired by, because of what they must have been through to get to a level of 3,000 and beyond. The remaining remnant, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. For that reason, we're going to put your channel up next before I start spinning the wheel. And we'll get back to that soon enough. And pardon me while I just clean it up a little bit. We're still going to go through some more of Tiffany's content here on the on Canadian Family Life. She really gets the whole family involved in the channel, and I think that's great. I'm always like happy to see family togetherness when it comes to a lot of these channels, right? I would almost consider Canadian Family Life part of the homesteading community. She does an immaculate container garden. You'll see that when you get there. And then this creator, like I said, brings the whole family into the channel. She's got some shorts, and we've watched some of these move into now well over 2,500 views. One of them over 5,500, which is great to see. Lots of variety in there. And then live streams, like I said, are occasional, but she actually does a lot of live streaming because she hops in on other people's StreamYard panels. So you see her as a recognizable creator here in the Superchat family. She's here every day for lengthy periods of time, for which I'm grateful. Not necessary, but you know, I know not everybody can be here every day or for hours at a time, so I do appreciate it when you're able to do that as well. I appreciate every moment from everybody. I know how tough it is, I promise you, to be out trying to support everybody as much as you can. And then when we look at our Canadian Family Life, we looked at the live stream shorts and videos. One of the first two channels we know of monetized under the new restrictions of 500 subscribers and 3,000 hours of watch time, even though they were way past, I think, even 1,000 subscribers when they got monetized, which is great. So hopefully everybody will connect with Canadian Family Life. She's a dear friend, like I said, here just about every day. I run into her constantly supporting other creators. We're going to go for a break now for 3.5 minutes, and then we're going to come back with the remaining remnant. the remaining the remaining remnant who is on the screen right now is making me laugh because they said they've seen Superchat in his singing video. There's a few of those out there. Garden State Gardener is the culprit behind those. He's probably done more shout out videos of different types than anybody I've seen for other creators in my entire YouTube journey of now getting close to 7 years on YouTube. So yes, thank you to Joe for that. Pardon me for 1 second here. The remaining remnant is a channel I'm still getting to know. They're well over 100 subscribers now. They're working on their 200, but they want to help us with preparedness, whether we're talking about disasters or whether we're talking about different unexpected events that can come up that can just kind of catch us off guard. Many of you will remember, I've mentioned it many times. I just happened to remember it, but I don't know if it was about 15 years ago. I thought it was 2003. Maybe it's longer ago than I thought. There was a blackout in the eastern seaboard for about 3 days, if I remember right. The power was out, and you know, it's something we have to think about, just being prepared, making sure, if nothing else, we got enough food, we got enough water to last us a while. Longer than that, of course, in some cases. I live in Canada, and it's unlikely for me, but very possible for many Canadians and other people in similar climates around the world to get snowed in for long periods of time, either into their actual property or into their area and things like that. So we have to prepare. The remaining remnant is going to help us with that and many more scenarios. You'll get an idea of what they're covering in their about section here. I've just taken their latest video about communication. I've put that into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them and see what they've done in the last video. They've already got a short over 1,000 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel seem to be occasional. They did a few several weeks ago, and then they've got another one set up for next week. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. They're going to do the eclipse, of course. I'm also going to try to get out for that. I can't promise. I've got outdoor work that's about to start and throw a wrench into my whole operation here. But I live in Niagara Falls, Canada, which is apparently going to be a great viewing spot. So I have a live stream set up. I'll cancel it if I have to, but hopefully we'll get it rolling. And then it'll be interesting to see several live streams. What we often find, most of you know this, it goes without saying, but we often see people who are watching more than one stream at a time, even if it's of the same event. I've been in that scenario many times where we've got people like, you'll notice on the computer behind me here, you can sort of see 4 windows going at a time. It's either a playlist or live streams or, you know, things like that. And yeah, Grave Prower, it might take a while, but we get to as many channels as we can. And actually, I haven't added, pardon me, one of the sections that I always add, but I'm going to do it right now. We add a couple of sections to the wheel to help speed things up. So one of the things that I add is a section called Add a Name. And what that does is it allows me to add a name to the wheel sooner than I otherwise would have, and I've got a chatbot in the background keeping track of how active everybody is in the chat, so that we could do it in some kind of an order. And then I add another section called Clear the Wheel. And what this means is that I'm going to, when that section comes up with it, which is random, I'm going to wipe the wheel out of all the names that are on it, except for anybody who's supposed to be on it that's still in the chat. And what that does is it really speeds things up. So it still probably takes about an hour and a half to better say 2 hours to get onto the wheel. But again, we're going to be here for another 2.5 hours almost anyway. Lots of time to put lots of channels on the wheel. And people are coming in and out all the time. That's why we do these other silly things now. Jonathan Sturgill is in the house. He's got a couple of channels, actually. Some of us know him now as Product Scope. Jesse Miller Unboxings of More's been added to the wheel. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Actually, let's spin right now. So the remaining remnant, thank you again for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. For that reason, we put their channel on the screen right away, and then we're back to spinning the wheel. YouTube Police is Beltloop 29 with a second channel. And yeah, hopefully all of our friends are doing what they need to prepare and stay safe, especially when we're thinking about tornadoes and other things like that. In my area, of course, it's very rare between Niagara Falls and Toronto in Ontario, Canada, to see tornadoes. I think it's been like maybe twice in my life. I witnessed one. So forgive me for the story time. I'll keep this one short. But I used to play hockey in the winters and baseball in the summers. I was lucky to be able to do that. When we were playing baseball, and all of a sudden my dad looks up at the sky and he goes, "Hey, that's a nice looking twister over there." And the whole place just started screaming, and it was panic, and everybody's running to the cars and everything like that. But we couldn't believe how calmly he was mentioning that, and it turned out to be quite a damaging tornado, unfortunately, for a couple of towns north of Toronto that I remember. But yeah, hopefully our friends that are facing that kind of thing right this second are preparing for that. And Fairbrick Studios up on the screen right now, pardon me. This creator is with us just about every day. I was thinking about you, the Stock Explorer, by the way. You missed like the longest story time in history. I went on a complete rant, or close to it, the closest I've come the other day, where I gave the extended version of my inflation and minimum wage speech. So that's in the last stream. I forget when it occurred, probably 2 hours in. For about 15 minutes, I was going off about inflation and minimum wage, and we were joking about starting a podcast and everything else, but you'll see it there if you want to go watch that. Fairbrick Studios here. This creator is with us almost every single day. They support all of my channels. Now, Fairbrick Studio started with Lego stop motion videos and quickly got into a lot of video gameplay as well, including some Lego games, which they got me playing as well, or one of them anyway. They've doing some more Lego lately as well, and they're playing a lot of games, but they've also had great success in their shorts because of this. We'll look at those in a quick second, but we also see that they're doing a lot of channel shout-outs for other creators. And there's Stock Explorer right there, and AceFlaw1. You see a lot of familiar faces over here. Don Yarndall was featured here the other day. Gloria's Platter did a premiere right after Scratchin' PPA today. So it's great to see creators shouting each other out and trying to help each other grow and connecting and things like that. Fairbrick Studios got some shorts here that have gotten into 13,000 and 15,000 views, which is great to see those continue. That's obviously some mobile gameplay. And then, like I said, Fairbrick Studios, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. I'll spin the wheel quickly. We'll get another channel ready to go. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, "I am willing to swap playlists." Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. You know, as well, when we think about preparedness, right, the remaining remnant, lots of our homesteading friends will help, and we have a few channels that specifically help with preparedness as well, Black Guns and Gardens and a few others, right? In the winter, now I won't remember how long ago this was, 10 years ago, something like that, there was a storm in Buffalo, and what happened was the ice on the trees made all the trees fall and break. And somebody might wonder, well, how's that possible? Why would they break on the American side of the border but not on the Canadian side? And apparently the temperature difference, or our climates, are just that much barely different that the trees in Canada don't fall quite the same way, because they're able to handle the ice and the snow a little bit longer after, obviously, 50 to 100 years of life, whereas in Buffalo they all fell. And I had a chance to drive through there, and I think the power went out over there for a lot of people for several days. A friend of mine, I remember, having to go through that. So there's all kinds of disasters of different types, if we want to call them that we can think about. But again, another reason why I'm so grateful to have our homesteading friends that can help us with a lot of the preparedness that we need, especially when it comes to looking after things like, that we got to have enough water, you got to have enough food, and you can prepare that stuff, and you can put a lot of it away. A lot of our homesteading friends will do things like canning and things like that, and show us how they keep a lot of stuff in their freezers and things, so that will help. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Twin Brook Acres, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. Wheats Art, Yes, pardon me. Wheat's Art. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. They recently renamed their channel. Wilma2U1. I'm not sure if I said hello, but it's good to see you here. And that's another creator that supports all of my channels, as a matter of fact. Yeah, Lisa J. Stocks. We'll do the inflated podcast. What did we call it the other day? We said the I made a joke with Scratch and PPA. The hyper-inflated special edition of the inflated podcast, where we rant about inflation and compound. I was going to say compound interest. I'm thinking about Lisa J. Stocks now. Minimum wage, where I think it should be, where it is today, and where I think it should be, which you can't even see because it's like literally. Product scope. There you are. There's just pardon me, Jonathan Sturgill with a second channel. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Let's keep moving. So P&J's Homestead Adventure, 537 subscribers. And this is another homesteading channel. They're here just about every day. I really do appreciate that. I know we got some friends that run the stream in the background just about every day as well. So thank you to them. Forgive me for not saying it every day. I know Jaden watches frequently. Donut Toys and Games is often there. Two Pineapples, my friend, who we're going to see more of shortly, actually. And then Cake No Eat Meat Day with cherry on top and more, for those of you who've seen that channel. So I appreciate that. I appreciate every moment everybody can spend, as I know everybody here does. So let's look at the latest video, P&J's Garden Update. So I'm just going to have a look at what they've got going on here. And I'll put that into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. They're going to give us quite a bit of information on their About section. And they give an idea of what to expect in their homesteading content. When we get into shorts, we're going to see more outdoor content on this channel than most. Usually with homesteading channels, we get a mix. And I say homesteading, but I could include in there almost any creator that brings us outdoor content. Like I even like to include the fishing, camping, and hiking channels, as well as farming, ranching, and gardening. Because we see similar content and a similar generosity in the creators wanting to share knowledge and resources with each other. So P&J's Homestead Adventure brings us a lot of outdoor content. The shorts have now gotten into 2,500 views and beyond, which is great to see. But as we dig through some of their thumbnails, you'll get an idea of what to expect on the channel. And like I said, a majority of outdoor content on this one. So let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. P&J's Homestead Adventure. Definitely generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Pardon me. My tabs are showing at the very top. What are you talking about there, Stock Explorer? What am I missing? Pardon me while I'm just looking around. If you don't mind clarifying, I don't know if I left browser tabs. That can't be what you're talking about. I know I made a mistake rolling into the chat today. I had a spreadsheet open, but it's nothing. I was just playing around with numbers there. Unless you're talking about the the tag on my shirt. I'm looking around trying to figure out what I'm missing from the Stock Explorer. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More is coming up right now. When we talk about the idea of streaming, of course, one thing you got to be careful of if you're going to put... You don't need me to say this. Goes without saying, but just as a reminder, when you're putting things on the screen, if you're sharing your screen and putting up browsers and things like that, you want to be cautious about what you're showing people. And what I'm talking about is just security for your channel. You know, most people are not going to be looking at things that are, you know, unsightly or unwanted. It's just a matter of letting people know all the things you do. Like if you've been doing your online banking right before you start streaming, then you might have a tab open that says like, oh, I use Chase Bank, or I use Key Bank, or I use Bank of America, or something like that. And we're giving information away when we do that. I'm probably as guilty of making mistakes like that as anybody else. Oh, and then, oh, it could be that, yeah, I'm not sure what you mean, Stock Explorer. Yeah, forgive me, I'm not sure what you mean. Wilma2U1, thank you for a super chat, by the way. Yeah, I was worried maybe I was leaving something up. I'm only ever working. The only thing that's ever going to happen to me is people are going to ask, like, why on earth are you using these, like, why do you have 25 tabs open, which is not unreasonable on a browser, and then multiple browsers per day. But I'm on a computer all the time. But these are just other things to think about. So, Wilma to you one. I'm going to put your channel up on the screen next because of that super chat. So thank you for that. Unnecessary, of course, but very much appreciated. We're going to look at Jesse Miller unboxings and more. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And then Jesse Miller unboxings and more, of course, is going to bring us unboxings and more. But this creator does a really thorough and considerate job. She's been at this a long time now. It's well beyond 3 years with us in the Tuber Chat family. But what she does is a lot of subscription boxes. And I love these things. I love these mystery subscription boxes of just about any kind. It has to be the surprise that I like, but I enjoy watching creators who are doing these kinds of things as well. Pardon me. Now, when Jesse Miller Unboxings and More does these, the subscription services that she goes through could be almost anything at all. Most of us know that there are subscription boxes for just about everything in the world. They have them for socks, they have them for sunglasses, they have them for comic books, they have them for cooking, for seeds, they have them for just about everything you can imagine. And Jesse Miller Unboxings and More really mixes them up. So she brings us a lot of jewelry, she brings us snacks, she brings us things like stationery, and all kinds of different ideas. You'll see these when you get there. One of her latest videos is a collaboration with 26 other creators, which is great to see. It's wonderful to see creators collaborating like that because that's how friendships start to really flourish, right? So she also celebrated a birthday a week ago. She's got a follow-up video coming up, and that's going to be tomorrow. So I've got the notification on for that. I got her notification bell on as well. She posts frequently. And then live streams occasionally. We'll look at those in a second. When we get into the shorts, we see usually products that have been included in some of the subscription boxes, regardless of what the content was, right? What the theme of the boxes were. And then live streams, like I said, are occasional, but she's usually on about once every month or two. So we'll be expecting another one, hopefully in a few more weeks. And she did a birthday stream a few days ago. So, Jesse Miller Unboxings and More, an incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. She not only supports on all of my channels, but has been overwhelmingly supportive in the last, as time's gone on, more and more, as a matter of fact. And then Beltloop 29 Homestead, forgive me for not remembering, you have another channel. I think he's got quite a few, actually. And then the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch, Susan, is coming up. This is a creator I was with on panel on her channel last week. And that was a great time. I always enjoy my time in her live streams, but we got a chance to talk for a while as well. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch, another homesteading channel, and Susan brings us a lot more indoor content, actually. A lot of her live streams give us a look inside her home, a look inside the family stories that she'll give us all throughout history, as a matter of fact. She really gives us a chance to get to know her and the different things that she gets involved in over a lifetime, let's just say. And the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch, Susan posts videos frequently. I can't even keep up here. I can't believe how far behind I am already. Just in 1 week, she's posted 6 videos. I'm going to put the latest one into my catch-up list. And thank you, Scratch and PPA. I don't know why I did that. I missed that. Wilma 2U1, forgive me. I was supposed to put your channel up, but I spun the wheel again. I'm going to put your channel up next. And then we'll have a look. Now, Wilma 2U1's not doing content. They're a supporter, but we are going to look at their account in a quick second as well, and I'll elaborate on that. So, the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch, pardon me. So, we see a lot of canning. This is a creator that comes to mind right away. It's actually Susan I was referencing when I was saying that some of the homesteading friends that we have show us into their homes. They show us the prepping, the canning, the food preparation into the freezer here. This video came to mind, that's why, right? And Susan gives us a look at all these different things. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 2,400 views and beyond, one over 6,200, which is great to see. And some of these have really started to move. The newer ones have moved because these two with the eggs used to be her two top performing. So she must be excited because she's got 6 more shorts here that in the last few months have already surpassed all of her top performing shorts from before. So it's great to see progress like that as well. So you'll notice we did a stream here. We were with Milk Honey Heritage Farms with Heather. There's Susan, and hopefully everybody will enjoy that conversation. I had a chance to do a few panels lately, which is great, but Susan and I'd love to speak for both of us when I say we've been looking forward to doing that for a long time, because I always enjoy my time in Susan's live streams. Now, I'd like to say I enjoy my time in everybody's live streams. That's absolutely true, but for the topics and things like that, and this particular creator and our friendship over time tells me that we share a lot of core values and things like that. Not that everybody's going to agree on every single thing, you know what I mean though, but it makes it a pleasure to be in a chat and a conversation when you know you've got a lot of things in common. So Wilma2U1 is a supportive channel. As a matter of fact, they support on all of my channels, but hopefully everybody will connect with them, whether or not they may do content in the future. Right now may not be the case. But it's nice to connect with a creator like this anyway. They don't have videos for us to watch, but we can subscribe and be ready so that if Wilma2U1 is going to do content in the future, they'll already have a support system underneath them, and their channel will be already strong and solid. Stay Hall, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. That creator's live a lot more than I would have expected. I think I've seen you live almost daily. I can't always get into everything, but when I see the notifications come up, right, like past and everything, I'll show you an example here. I'll clear my notifications off for right now, and we'll see how fast that takes to get back up to more than 9 notifications. My guess is it's only going to be minutes. And then pardon me, so Wilma2U1, thank you for another super chat. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. And like I said, hopefully everybody will get behind that creator. But either way, they're a wonderful supporter, and they're here with us in Super Chat almost every single day. Henry Leslie Vermont is in the house. They happen to be a member. I'm going to get them onto the wheel. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And Home Bartending with John is in the house. I'm going to get them onto the wheel. Design with Emma is also here. And she was given a bunch of shout outs in her, what I think was her last video that I watched the other day, or yesterday, for other creators talking about, I think, a collaboration with interior design, actually. Pardon me, Marketplace Boutique is a creator that I would like to say I'm pleasantly surprised with, but it's really no surprise. This creator, as soon as they came into the Tuber Chat family many months ago now, I'm not sure if it's been a year yet, Marketplace Boutique, and forgive me if I'm mistaken, but this creator, right away, as soon as they came into the Tuber Chat family, I ran into them constantly supporting other creators, so much so that they were connecting with creators, or at least supporting them, like in the chat of different premieres and live streams, channels I didn't even know they'd already connected to, which is wonderful. Now, this creator as well is going to help us with a really hot topic when it comes to the idea of YouTube and what we're all doing here, whether you're using your YouTube channel as a business, or whether you have a business behind it, or whether it's a hobby or anything else. Most of us are thinking about monetization. Marketplace Boutique is going to help us with other streams of income where we can use the leverage from our YouTube channels to make those things move. And what I'm talking about is the idea of buying and selling particularly on platforms like eBay. Now I'm going to take our latest video that looks a little bit different here, what's in our Easter basket. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. This creator will take us shopping, show us how to find the things they find. They will show us how to buy collections of things, break them up and sell them separately, and they give us the ins and outs of selling on a platform like eBay. They've been doing this thing since 1998, and they were looking for a career change. They went from law into e-commerce, and they share all of their history and knowledge with us. They've also found some great success in their YouTube channel lately with some shorts, because they've gotten into 4,000 now, two more over 6,000, one at 8,000, 12,000, and even 19,000 on some of these shorts, which is great to see. Marketplace Boutique is growing fast at 790 subscribers. It's no surprise to me in that way, because I see them out supporting so many other channels. And engaging conversation, as a matter of fact, as well, which I mention all the time. So hopefully everybody will connect with Marketplace Boutique and learn some of the lessons she's got to share about how we can further monetize, not just our YouTube journey, but our businesses behind them, if that's the way we look at it. And hopefully everybody will help push this creator up towards that 800 subscribers that they're thinking about right now. Globies Travel, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. I'm going to put you on the wheel. Simply Vigo, I'm not sure if I said hello already. Forgive me if I did not. What we're going to do is go again for another 3-minute break right now. We're going to come back with Design with Emma. She dropped a super chat. We always put super chatters on the screen right away in order, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. And after a long period of time, probably an hour, maybe a little bit longer, but we will add names to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. We're back in 3.5 minutes. There you go. Twinbrook Acres is enticing me to start a poll in the chat. We often do polls here, or occasionally, usually nothing related to YouTube, but just for some fun in the chat. It's amazing. I look at things like the drive-in, similar to activities like bowling. I know there are people who do it all the time. The Jay Jordan, who's with us, he might have been in the chat today, goes bowling frequently and streams it. It's a super fun activity, but often when I find that I ask people, like, when did you last go bowling? They're like, oh, it's like 20 years ago, but I loved it. We should go. And it's interesting. Same thing with the idea of the drive-in. I had not been for years and years and years and years. And I might have been one of those people to say, like, wow, they still have drive-ins, you know, but actually they do. And I had been a couple of times over the last few years. But I'm just curious to know who's been lately, and let's say within the last couple of years. I know some of them aren't open depending on your climate. In Canada, in my area, they're probably opening soon or just barely opening now. Butler Family Farm, thank you. Butler Family Farm's going to make me laugh again. I'm going to put their channel up next because they're dropping that super chat. And thank you, Design with Emma, because they did the same thing. Butler Family Farm, I'll talk about the bee meeting that they're going to right now. And Philip Lemon, good to see you in the house. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. I added another clear the wheel section. I do that every break until it comes up, but there's still a couple of hours to go, lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen. Budgeting just because, good to see you here. They're going to help us with our finances. Oh, interesting. YouTube Police, that was a first date. It's good to do something fun. You know, I like to just sit and talk. I like, you know, dinner and stuff like that all the time. But it's nice to do fun things. And my first permanent full-time job was working in a bowling alley. I was too old already to have been working there, and that job was terrible for me because it's like there's no work, you don't do anything, or at least I didn't, and I stayed way too long too many years. But it is a fun activity. I just haven't been in forever. But drive-in, same thing. Maybe I'll make it this year. We'll see. And then Design with Emma. Pardon me. I think I'm screaming at the camera again, so I got to calm that down. When we talk about the idea of interior design, Design with Emma is going to show us ideas for interior design and take us shopping to look at different ideas. So this is something, where's the last video that I watched? This one here. This is really interesting because they were talking about the idea, a lot of people would probably appreciate this, especially if you're a book reader, because they mentioned that. The idea of having a place that's kind of set aside, they call it a cozy corner, where you can just sit and relax, enjoy a book or something like that. But Design with Emma is going to talk to us about all aspects of interior design. I'm going to take the latest video. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. They'll help us with thrifty shopping ideas so that we can get the look that we want, not necessarily blow a budget and everything else. When we get into shorts videos, we're going to see a lot of variety here. They've done really well, but like most creators, they're bringing pure variety into the shorts on the channel. 22,000, 32,000 views on a couple of these, which is great. Lots of live streams as well. They seem to be on at least once a week. Hopefully everybody will catch them. They should be due for one because they just did one 6 days ago. And then monetize. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Hopefully we can push them towards the 2,300 subscribers that they're thinking about. And thank you again for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And I'm just noticing a comment. Yeah, Stay Hall mentioned the fresh air is a great idea. Yeah, I like the idea of the drive-in. I enjoyed the last couple of times I went it could be a great opportunity to spend time either with family, you know, and obviously it's heavy, you know, a big idea for dates and things, family time. But the one of the latest times that I went, we took like my niece, right? Sometimes you take people from outside your immediate household, you know, family members and stuff, and this is where like true memories are made, right? It's not the movie itself, it's the conversation and the fun that happens before and after, let's just say. And Butler Family Farm is coming up right now, so I didn't read this the last time. I probably struggled to read this, even with my glasses, when I'm talking so fast and everything else and trying to rush. I'm like skimming over this, probably noticing it had changed a little bit. But if you read this, if anybody wants to read the About page when you get to Butler Family Farm, you'll probably laugh. Because they said, we live on 116 acres. This is the days of their life as a series. They bring us their life and their family on their channel. Bees will be here again in April now, Kevin, they said, because I read from this all the time. They've got a herd of cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, and chickens. And when Butler Family Farm says that they're heading out right now for a bee meeting, they're actually going to see about that, which is great. So we have that to look forward to, just you know, any moment now, actually. And then Butler Family Farm is growing rapidly, 3,700 subscribers. They've also got some cats and dogs there. They give us a chance to get to know the family. And they're out and they're giving us a look at other creators. They go to great lengths to meet up with other creators all the time, especially in those Ozark meetups. We'll look at that on the live stream page. And then they bring us around their farm, typically in their content, 116 acres. And this tractor, my dear goodness, is loud. No matter how much even I have used the smallest amount of small heavy equipment, something like this, my dear goodness, I hope you're wearing earplugs for that. They show us all the different aspects of what it takes to look after the property, to look after the farm, when things break, when things work out, and the different animals that they're dealing with constantly, right? As well, Jerry's working in the shop a lot of the time, and they give us a great look into their life as well. They take us out to meet other creators like I was talking about. I'll look at the live streams first here. Now, I joined them for a panel last week. And that was, last week's live stream. They go every Monday evening. But they also sometimes head out. So they got lots of StreamYard panelists. They join other channels as well. Jerry and Susan give us a chance to get to know them in a lot of their live streams as well. But they also head out, like I said, to some of these meetups. Where's the Ozark ones here? And then they've got the Mid-America meetup that they had, which was 80 channels worth of creators and supporters. They got some shorts on the channel, that have done incredibly well, getting into 12,000, 10,000, 12,000. One of them over 20,000 or 25,000 views, which is great to see as well. So Butler Family Farm, an incredibly over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, and they try to be here with us every day as well. But I had a great time on their channel last week. I've been meaning to do more panels, and a few friends have accommodated that lately. I was with Charlene Heal a few weeks ago, Butler Family Farm, and Hillbilly Chicken Ranch last week as well. So thank you both again for having me on there. It's always a lot of fun. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. And oh, pardon me, I can't pick the name off for that channel. I feel like I should know it by the avatar, and I could be mistaken, but just because of the special characters, it's coming up in my chat that I can't pick the name off. I like to try to recognize everybody when they come in. I don't mean to miss anybody. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And the Stock Explorer is coming up right now. Creative Beauty Butterfly, I see you in the house. Girl Dad cooking up deliciousness. It's good to have you back. I've got you both on the wheel now. They happen to be members. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Now, hopefully I haven't missed anybody coming in. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. I'm just going to see if there's anything I can do to grab the... Oh, Rob's RC Cars. There you go, Rob's RC Cars. Sorry, I should have known. It's just in the chat. I'll show you what on earth I'm talking about here. When I see that name come up with the stars here, in my chat, which is just on a Chrome browser, it doesn't want to put those characters together. But when I copy them and just paste them right here, it shows me the name right away. So, yeah, thank you for coming back in. That's another supportive creator, of course. The Stock Explorer, a member and a moderator. Hopefully everybody will connect with them. This is Nora. Often you'll see us referencing Nora in the chat. And this is another over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. We'll talk about their content in a second. Softball Susie, Twisted Roots, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for that membership, by the way. And that means I'm going to put you onto the wheel right away. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And then I'll get around to adding some names to our wheel from our chat list. And hopefully another 45 minutes to an hour. We're going to be on for another almost 2 hours from now. And then... let's talk about the Stock Explorer's content. So when we look at this channel, we see a creator that wants to bring us the stock markets and crypto markets in a level-headed and down-to-earth way. They bring us everything from beginner tutorials to advanced topics like options trading, NFTs, and we talk a little bit of crypto over there. Now, Nora often has product in hand, and they've got a lot of individual videos to show us a little bit of stock information. It's interesting also to go back over a couple of those and see where things were a couple of years ago. Now, as well, this creator will do a lot of StreamYard panels, and they've expanded the content on the channel lately. So they've got into shorts, and one of these continues to move now at 9,800 views. This Coke machine short is doing fantastic for them. Good, but they got lots of variety on the channel, like we would expect. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there, and then live streams. Occasionally they'll talk stocks and crypto in a live stream. Lots of friendly conversation. They've done panels. I was on their channel once. We had a 2-hour conversation about YouTube, actually. And Nora's been a great friend for long beyond 3 years now. But this creator has also been doing a lot of scratch ticket battles with a lot of other creators in the scratch ticket genre, which is great to see. And those can be very exciting. And it's good to see creators collaborating with each other. Stock Explorer I describe as one of the fastest rolling chats in the Tuber Chat family. She rivals those of Garden State Gardener, Scratch and PPA, and VS Speaks Royally, and a few others. So it's very exciting, very fast-paced, high energy, a lot of fun to be a part of. Stock Explorer now is well beyond 2,000 subscribers, and they've got a second channel called Tropical Buzz. This is where they want to educate us about plant life, some of which is already there, some of which they're going to grow themselves. They happen to be in Florida. And pardon me, just because I'm thinking of the Stock Explorer, Lisa J. Stocks, I did not put your channel on the wheel yet. I'm going to put it on right now. So please forgive my delay there. I don't know why I missed that, especially I mentioned your name like 2-3 times already at least. Tropical Buzz from Nora, the Stock Explorer, is going to bring us, like I said, some education when it comes to plant life. And like I said, they're in Florida, so hopefully we'll see some new content from them on their second channel, Tropical Buzz here. They got 250 subscribers, but Nora's an incredibly hard worker as well. So I know they try to be in here in Tuber Chat as often as they can. They stream frequently, usually at least a few times a week. They try to post content, and then as well, I know they work outside as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Nora, the Stock Explorer, and Tropical Buzz. And every moderator on this channel here, Tuber Chat, is a longtime dear friend of mine. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels, and they all do different things. But one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres and live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channels, if that's what you would like. And then, Mr. Fulton Mraz, thank you. Yes, our prayers are with you, of course. And having a tooth pulled, I've had it done. It is not fun, that's for sure. But hopefully you do what you need to feel better, and it shouldn't take too long. That I happen to know from experience, so I'm sure you'll be fine. Mr. Fulton Mraz is a dynamic and strong-willed creator who's been with me for over 4 years, since long before Superchat even started, to be honest with you. And then Henry Leslie Vermont is coming up right now. We'll see what this creator's got going on. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And next, we're looking at Henry Leslie Vermont. Pardon me. When we look at this creator's channel, we see over 400 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them towards the 500 we know they're going to be thinking about. They talk about Vermont wildlife. Leslie Homestead Dooryard, and if I'm pronouncing that right, and then gardens and other miscellaneous ideas. When we look at videos on the channel, we see that they've actually posted quite a few in the last couple of weeks. I'm going to take the latest one. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. We see a lot of trail cam idea type footage here. And then when we get into shorts videos, we see a lot more outdoor content. And some of these have done really well, getting into 4,800 and 6,400 views and beyond. And then live streams are something that has been occasional. They've done that up to about a year ago. We always have the notification bell on for every channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can for each other, but hopefully we'll see some new live streams from this creator again in the future. So let's spin the wheel and see who's coming up next. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Next up, we're going to look at Ree's Blissful Connections, and this is a creator that is a homeschooling mom and a professional educator. They're working on 1,300 subscribers right now, and they've been expanding their content here a little bit. Most creators, I keep saying it here in the Superchat family, bring a lot of variety into their shorts videos. And when we get here, we see that this creator, for instance, has been doing a lot of quiz time lately, but when we sort by the popular ones, we see that they get into 1,100, even 4,900 views and beyond. And then It's Me, Alec. I know you're still here. It might be a long time before we get channels on the wheel from the chat list, but I'll do what I can to be as quick as I can today. Ree's Blissful Connections, like I said, working on 1,300 subscribers. Some book reviews lately in the last few videos, so I'm going to take the latest one, put that in my catch-up list as well. When we dig through their content, we noticed that just it feels like a few weeks ago, but it's actually a few months ago over Christmas, they did a self-care series for Vlogmas. And then when we dig through the older videos, the original videos that started the channel, we get into a lot more professional education and goal setting and organization type ideas. And hopefully everybody will enjoy that. I know you'll enjoy the support that comes back from this creator. Ree's Blissful Connections is another creator who supports all of my channels and is here just about every single day. And an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. So hopefully everybody will help push them towards that 1,300 subscribers we know they're thinking about. M&T Living and Cooking, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And let's get you onto the wheel. They happen to be a member, and then we'll spin and we'll get another channel ready to go. And we'll see what is going to be happening with Lisa J. Stocks. So look at that. The wheel is helping me out today because I, for whatever reason, had not put Lisa J. Stocks on the wheel when I should have. But you came up fairly quick after I got you on there. So we'll look at what Lisa J. Stocks has got going on. And we've got a few channels in the chat now. We looked at the Stock Explorer. We see Budgeting Just Because is in the chat. It's the Bankroll comes to mind. And Lisa J. Stocks is somebody who's going to give us a lot of financial information. And I'm grateful to have a lot of these channels in the Tuber Chat family now because like I had mentioned earlier in the stream, probably 99% of us, or at least the majority of us, have monetization on our minds. Not necessarily for our YouTube channels, possibly for the businesses or projects behind them, but I really believe it's about that high at 99%. So, wouldn't it be a wonderful world if we could maximize the impact of the revenue that's going to come in from monetization when we get there? Lisa J. Stocks is going to help with that and much more. They're going to help us with motivation, inspiration, and the ideas behind finding the money to save and therefore invest. And then they're going to talk about all the technical details. They get into subjects like compound interest, dividend, investing that come usually from stocks, as well as dollar cost averaging, and then, like I said, finding a way to save the money so that we can invest. They're very forthcoming about their own portfolios, all the different funds that they talk about, ETFs and different things, and strategies, especially in the live streams. I caught them for the latest one, and these creators will together give advice and ideas for what people should do based on the questions that come through the comments, obviously, during the chat. But like, for instance, the other day they were talking about what can a person do if they have a small windfall of money. We got a lot of friends scratching lottery tickets. Wouldn't it be nice if you could pull up $1,000 or $5,000 winner, right? But what are you going to do with that $5,000 when you have it? I would wish for everybody, first of all, to do whatever you want with it. Secondly, to be able to maximize the impact of it. And if that means the idea of possibly saving and investing some of it, that would be great. And Lisa J. Stocks, in the last live stream, was talking about what somebody could consider doing as an idea if that kind of thing happens. So these are ideas, and it's question and answer, so you can certainly get in there and kind of try to get ideas from Lisa J. Stocks and her guests, and they're happy to, like I said, be forthcoming about their own portfolios, but share ideas that will hopefully help you maximize the impact of whatever money you're going to save or invest. Saving and investing can be looked at very differently, but they can also be looked at together. Right? And Lisa J. Stocks will do a better job than I will of describing that, but I get very passionate when it comes to the idea of finance, because what we're doing here on YouTube, I promise you, I know what it's like when somebody's life can be changed with just $20 a month, $50 a month, $100 a month. It can be life-changing money for anybody. And when we build things up so that in the future, some of the things that make that some would look at as trivial amount of money, life-changing today, don't have to ever be again, let's just say, right? If that's the idea, that's why I get so passionate about it. But Lisa J. Stocks is now working on 2,800 subscribers, which is great to see. Lots of shorts here have done well, getting into 3,400, 5,700, and 7,500. There's Kevin O'Leary. Some of you know him from Dragon's Den. He was going to run for Prime Minister in Canada, and he ended up stopping. I think he actually was backing who we've got now, Polivier, if I'm pronouncing that right. I don't think I've ever pronounced it right. But interesting that you got a short there. So hopefully everybody will connect with Lisa J. Stocks, and she's posting content like crazy. I find it almost impossible to keep up with the channel, but I have been lucky to catch her for a few live streams, so hopefully you'll do the same. We'll see each other over there. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up on the screen. Yes, I buy pizza too, the 70s culture, when I have a small windfall of money. Absolutely. Actually, I've been off the pizza for a while. I keep thinking about that. I never buy slices. When I feel like pizza, almost always I will buy an extra large pizza loaded with toppings, and the reason why is value for the dollar, right? You can get how many meals out of a pizza, and depending on who's eating it with you, let's just say, but for me it's usually either myself or a couple of people at a time, so we can make a pizza last for 2 or 3 days if you want to do that, and I often do that. I'll tell you a horrible story that I should probably never tell, but this is absolutely the truth. I used to think that lasagna was my favorite food in the world. I ask for it for my birthday every year, basically, right? But I've eaten so much more pizza in my life than I have lasagna. And I shouldn't be talking about this, especially when we got a keto channel to talk about in a minute to lay off the pizza. But Ron's Keto Cafe and Just Chasing Keto and More will likely be able to help us make better decisions when we do crave pizza. But I will finish the story. So When I used to make frequent trips into the northeastern United States, I would often head out to New England. I was going there for every month for probably a year and a half, out to Providence, Boston, and Hartford. And it would not be unreasonable more than once for me to get a pizza first thing in the morning so that I can make that 9-hour drive and basically eat it over the course of the whole journey. And you can tell me what you think about that idea, but I felt that was something I should share that's a little bit ridiculous, so hopefully you enjoy that. Let's close out our poll as well so we can change the subject really quickly as well and see how many people have been to the drive-in lately. Not lately, 82%. My dear goodness, so thank you everybody for answering that question as well. Sometimes I throw these silly polls into the chat that have nothing to do with YouTube. But it's interesting to see. So I wonder how many people here who now have said they haven't been to the drive-in lately, if we did another poll, if somebody wants to remind me in August or September, we'll see how many people actually went to the drive-in this year and see if that number increases. We'll try to remember it was over 80% that had not been lately. Ron's Keto Cafe is going to help us with better ideas than what I have with lasagna and pizza, although he will likely be able to help us understand how we can make better decisions when we do start to crave those ideas. Lots of recipes on this channel, and I can't believe how behind I am. I thought I just watched a video from you, Ron's Keto Cafe. Yeah, this here, the chicken parmesan, I just mentioned it at the beginning of the stream as well. And in 3 days, look at this, how many videos Ron's Keto Cafe has posted. My dear goodness, quite a few chaffles here as well. Just Chasing Keto and More's got quite a bit of those. I'm going to grab the second latest video here. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up a little bit. Ron's Keto Cafe will share his story of losing over 100 pounds on his channel. You can get to that when you get to the About section, and then throughout his content, he gives us a great chance to get to know him in between the recipes. He's done a couple of shorts now, and I've caught him a few times live, and hopefully everybody will keep that notification bell on for every channel. You have the best chance of catching him again, and then, like I said, he gives us a chance to get to know him. He tells a few stories, much better than mine, but I've been lucky enough to catch him many times, so hopefully you will too. And Ron's Keto Cafe will help us with healthy eating, healthy living when it comes to the idea of a keto-based diet and lifestyle with, like I said, lots of recipes on the channel as well. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel coming up. Yeah, I don't think there was a 1% Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More. Oh, Globies Travels. I must have put you on twice, actually. Let's get Globies Travels up here right now. Actually, you know what we'll do? Forgive me, I don't usually do this. We'll go, Raw Chick Beauty, I see you in the chat. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. We'll go for 3.5 minutes, and we'll come back with Globies Travels. guys are making me laugh more than ever today. I think today during these breaks, I've probably laughed out loud, literally, being the only one in the room, 4 or 5 times minimum. You guys are making me laugh. Scully's House of Thrillers, I'm happy to have you in the chat. I think it was on Izzy's channel, and forgive me if I'm mistaken, but I'm pretty sure I was in a live stream with them, and she was talking about you for a couple minutes, saying pleasant things behind your back, of course, but it was incredible because she was just, and I was working and lurking, I was listening a little bit, I'd been in there for a few minutes, but she was just talking about some of the things that she happens to know about Scully's House of Thrillers. Now, they've always been an enthusiastic creator and very supportive here in the Superchat family. They're the author that reads to you when we think about horror and more. But Scully's House of Thrillers, I have come to understand, might be quite a humanitarian and somebody who is a very good-hearted person behind the scenes. So I was just happy to know that. You know, it takes a long, long time for some of us to really get to know different things about each other. Getting to know each other is one thing, but getting to know things about each other as well comes over a long period of time. But I was really happy to see that kind of thing or hear that kind of thing. So just for the sake of saying it, like I said, I think it was in Izzy's channel the other day, Izzy Pop. And then Sweet Melissa, thank you for coming in. And hopefully we'll see you again shortly. Yes, the author that reads to you. There we go. Yes, an author, as a matter of fact, as well. And forgive me, I should have known that. It's probably on your About page. But yeah, I forget the couple of different things she talked about. I'll leave it to her live stream. You guys know each other, obviously. But yeah, I'm always happy to hear stories about, you know, whether they're inspiring or motivating in the smallest way or anything like that. But, you know, some of the good people who we know behind some of the channels that take a long time for us to understand. But thank you, because Scully's House of Thrillers always comes in enthusiastic here and always says kind things as well, so I appreciate that. Jevin Richardson, yes, from the beginning of the stream, is still here. It's me, Alex, in the house. Globies Travels is up on the screen. We got to make sure we get the S at the end of this channel name, and there's no spaces. So Globies Travels, and it comes up right away. When we search, find, and click on each other, we're actually doing a great service, and the channels that are hardest to find are the ones that need our help the most. This is why we search, find, and click here more than anything else. 230 subscribers. They're here with us every day as well. They'll give us quite a bit of information, pardon me, on their About page. And then when we look through some of their travel content, so they've got something coming up about the eclipse. Oh, an app. That's interesting. Okay, I hadn't heard of that. Solar Snap. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. So not that anybody needs me to say this, but this is the second time today that we've seen an eclipse type of video. So that's a video. There was a live stream from another creator. Forgive me for the life of me for not remembering who had that up. And I know some YouTubers will be out trying to catch this. You don't need me to tell you this. We all probably learned it in our school days and things like that. You have to be careful, and you don't want to look directly at it, apparently. And I'm no authority. I'm just saying. But we also have to be very wary of scams and scandals when we're out there buying some of the glasses. So I've been describing to a few people, because where I live in Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada, apparently is going to be one of the most spectacular places. They expect 1 million people to show up just to watch the thing. But the problem is, you know that lots of people are going to be hustling glasses, and I'm sure there will be some people with the right stuff, just, trying to sell a few things and make a few bucks. Nobody's getting rich in one day, but you have to be wary if somebody's trying to sell some of this stuff and then, you feel you're safe looking at the sun and you do damage. I don't wish for that for anybody. YouTubers, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I know you came by my channel the other day, so thank you for that. I appreciate the comment. She's done that many times before. And a friend of about 3 years, Chief Broken Brain, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And then, yes, it's me, Alec. I see that you're still there. It's still going to be a long time. Black Guns and Gardens, I just mentioned your channel earlier for a quick second because of the prep work that you do on your channel. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. Hopefully I'm not screaming at the camera either. Now, Globies Travels, like I said, 230 subscribers. I just want to mention that Eclipse thing for a quick second. Forgive the long story time. I'm just going to grab one of your latest videos here, and Globies Travels is going to take us around a lot of interesting areas to bring us a lot of touristy type ideas and some ideas that may not be quite as touristy, but they're going to give us a little bit of a lesson as to what's around there when we get there, if that makes sense. Shorts on the channel as well. When we get into these, we see 2,700, 3,700 views, and one over 6,900, which is great to see. Hopefully that will continue. I'm sure it will. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. I'm going to try to speed things up a little bit. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And we're going to look at palettes, pouts, perfumes, and panning. This is Tracy and Phoebe together here. And Rock Chick Beauty, I'm just going to grab your super chat there. Thank you. That's Orianne. She's been a friend of over 3 years, probably 3.5 now. She's done that kind of thing countless times before. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated every time. And we'll put Rock Chick Beauty's channel up on the screen next for that reason, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel afterwards. And then, yeah, thank you, Jennifer Ocean Homestead. We're going to be here for another almost hour and a half, hour and 20 minutes or so. Palettes, pouts, perfumes, and panning is up right now, and these creators are going to bring us beauty more than anything else. So like I said, Tracy and Phoebe together, they often alternate in the videos. Occasionally we'll see them together. These creators bring us like hauls and looks, get ready with me type ideas, but they'll also give us looks into products that they want to endorse or encourage us to explore if that's something that we want to do. And then they also will give us something like a top 5 or top 10 list of things to avoid, which I think is a really cool idea also. So palettes, pouts, perfumes, and panning. Tracy and Phoebe have been friends for long beyond 2 years. I think it might actually be 3 years and beyond now, so forgive me for being mistaken, but they've been with us a long time. They're almost at 600 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther. They got shorts on their channel, and when we get there, we see 5,600 and 5,800 views on a couple of these, which is great. And then when we get into live streams, these are ideas that they did many months ago, and we'll keep our notification bell on to catch all of their content if we can, but hopefully we'll see palettes, pouts, perfumes, and panning live streaming if they feel like that at some point in the future. Again, we'll be ready for them. And Tracy and Phoebe are longtime generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters here as well. Rock Chick Beauty is coming up next. And thank you again for another super chat, Orianne. It's absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. When we look at Rock Chick Beauty, we see a creator that talks to us about all things alternative, although she focuses on beauty more than anything else with a lot of hauls and unboxing videos, product reviews, and now sponsored videos as well. She's got a brand new video from a few days ago. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with her. What you may not have already known about Rock Chick Beauty is this creator reset and restarted their channel about 3 years ago. So the idea is, could you come back stronger and more solidly the second time around? And you'll see that that's what she's done. Pardon me. Just Jason Keto and more. If you're still in the chat, I got to mention something to you, by the way. Rock Chick Beauty has got a professional look to everything that she does. She often changes up her banner and her avatar based on special events or occasions or holidays and things like that. When we get through her channel, you'll see that her professional look carries through by giving a professional thumbnail to every different video, to every video in a different style. But the bright, bold headshots make this creator recognizable and bring consistency for branding throughout the channel as well. When we get into shorts, we see that this creator's done well here, getting into 1,800 and 2,800 views. Those will likely increase as she posts more and more. And then live streams on the channel as well are occasional, about once a month. So we'll see if she's going to keep those going. But like I keep saying, we've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can for each other. That is actually a really good banner. Stock Explorer saying they really like the banner. But yeah, Rock Chick Beauty changes these up frequently. But she always does a good job. And then monetizing. She has been monetized for a while now. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Thank you for another super chat here. And my dear friend Dorian, thank you so much. She's done that literally like it's hundreds of times. And while absolutely unnecessary, obviously very much appreciated. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. It looks like Roadkill Gaming Jory is coming up. We'll see what they've got going on for today. They bring a lot of video gameplay. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Judgment Day Mike Harper's in the house, and Roadkill Gaming Jory's on the screen. This creator has done a video just with an Xbox versus PlayStation idea, and then they've gotten into some gameplay in their shorts here that have gotten into 7,000, 9,000 views, one on the way to 10,000, which is great to see. I think they changed up that avatar recently as well, maybe the banner too, forgive me for not being sure. And then, wow, an 11-hour live stream doing Fortnite. They play a lot of popular games here. A lot of popular titles. So they mix those up. Hopefully everybody will connect with Roadkill Gaming Jory. They're here with us just about every single day. And I know not everybody can be, but I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend, of course. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. One of the first two channels that we know of monetized under the new restrictions of 500 subscribers and 3,000 hours of watch time, along with Canadian Family Life, is M&T Living and Cooking. And they've got a lot of delicious looking content on their channel. Their shorts have done well because of it also, but they bring a lot of variety in between that delicious looking content. You'll get an idea when you read their about page. They get into fishing, RC cars, Royal Caribbean cruises, and taste testing reviews, and some more family fun as well. When we get over here, you'll see from the thumbnails some of that delicious looking content mixed in with the variety that I'm talking about. And the shorts speak for themselves when they get into well over 5,000 views on many of these, and then 20,000 on one, 50,000 on another one here. And I love salmon. I always remember that shorts video. And then live streams. They're on frequently, usually at least once a week, and I've caught them many times. Hopefully I'll catch you again soon. Monetize, like I said, so lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. M&T Living and Cooking have been longtime generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters here in the Tuber Chat family. Stay Hall is coming up right now. They're just dropping a super chat. Thank you for that extra generous support. This is a creator. I'm interested to look at your live stream page, because I think you've been live just about every day, it seemed. Let's have a look at the videos first, like I usually do. They got a really lengthy one here, so this is great. I'm going to put this video in my catch-up list. That will give you a solid watch hour right there. And then hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. And then again, Stay Hall is somebody who's fairly new. Love yourself first explicitly. Now, this is a dynamic creator. When you hear me say it all the time, and I really do mean what I say, probably the way that it sounds most of the time. When it comes to the idea of every creator that I end up putting on the screen here, I'll often say a dynamic creator. The reason why I say that is because it really takes something to put yourself out there. It doesn't matter whether you're recording. It doesn't matter whether you are just using your voice. It doesn't matter whether you're live streaming. As far as I understand, the number one fear on the planet in general is speaking in front of any kind of an audience. And I feel that what we're doing on YouTube is similar. You know, you don't necessarily have to have hundreds of people right in front of you that can throw things at you and everything else, which they don't do generally, but you know what I mean. But when we're on YouTube, we're still putting ourselves out there. There's something different about when you're either live streaming or recording yourself. We talk about not liking our voices, not liking, the look of everything. It never comes out the way we want. Not always, but I'm just saying. But when I use the idea of a dynamic creator, Stay Hall fits that description exactly. Now, this is a creator and a channel I'm still getting to know, but I've been lucky enough to catch a lot of what they've done to be able to see that. So this is what I'm talking about. Even this rollover right here is a perfect example. But I've caught her in the middle of a live stream. And this creator is incredibly confident when it comes to the camera. Now, 2,600 views on some of the shorts, which is great to see. But look at how often they're streaming. So this is what I was talking about. I was saying it seems like you're streaming all the time, because just 7 days ago they've put 6 more streams out. So it literally looks like every single day they're trying to go live or pretty close to it. So hopefully everybody will connect with them, and this will be a great video, whether we're talking about YouTube or not. 8 tips for entrepreneurial, social media, and content creation growth, which is great, because they all seem to fall in line, right, and be together, if that makes sense. So hopefully everybody will connect with Stay Hall. They're long over that 600 subscribers now. It looks like they've just about got that solidified, and then we'd love to push them towards the 700 that they're thinking about. So thank you for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, like I always say, but very much appreciated, of course. And yeah, Twinbrook Acres, I would bet. I actually prefer the studio. Like, I prefer the editing and stuff like that. I came from a world of radio where I did a small amount of on-air stuff, but I was usually either in studios or more behind the scenes, if we want to put it that way. I was a nightclub DJ, but I didn't, I did as much nightclub, as much talking on a mic as a nightclub DJ does, which is usually not much during each night. But when you've done it for 25 years, then it accumulates, right? But I prefer the studio. I prefer the editing. I prefer the creation. I wish I liked filming, but you can tell things about yourself, when you look back, even over a short period of time. So when I look at YouTube and the fact that I'm always behind on my personal channel, that tells me I must not actually like the filming process. But the editing, I'm always ahead on everybody else's channels that I either touch or run, if you want to put it that way. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And and that's interesting, Just Jason Keto and more. That may not always be the case for everybody, but I have also experimented over the last year taking myself out of most of my videos. So when I do an unboxing, I used to do them where I'm standing there talking about a product. Now I take myself right out. And many of the last, 10 videos that I've done, especially the product reviews, have done really well, which I had predicted before I even started YouTube. It's the whole reason I'm here. I figured if I do affordable tech reviews and social media tutorials that are helpful, then that will probably be my thing. But, I'm behind all the time, like more so than I would have expected. But like everybody else here, I strive to improve and somewhat have over the years. Jonathan Sturgill is here, an incredibly knowledgeable creator when it comes to all things music. They will bring us product reviews and comparisons, especially when it comes to musical instruments and gear. They're monetized. They came to us with 5,000 subscribers, but they're already well on their way to 5,100, and they've got a second channel already as well. We'll look at the shorts over here and see what they've got going on with 496 and 900 now. So getting close to 1,000. And then they've got another channel called Product Scope. I'm just going to check the description here. There it is, so I can get to the channel easily. Now, Product Scope, I'm going to put the handle in the chat just in case anybody has trouble getting there, but we're doing a better job for each other when we search, find, and click on each other's names. Channels that are hardest to find are the ones that need our help the most. Now, Product Scope is where this creator as well is going to help us with informed decisions. So they're also going to talk about products that we might consider when we're thinking about music. So they recently did, I think that short video is a trailer almost, if I could say that, for a video that they did about 11 Labs. Now, I'm assuming that you actually use the product to make the video, and I could be mistaken. But when I watched this video, they were talking about now one of the AI systems that is able to, and you have to really consider this before you're going to play around with this stuff, but Product Scope will help us with this. But some of the AI systems now, it's possible to take your voice, upload a few clips, and have the product, if I understand correctly, almost make it sound like you're doing anything. It can even change your tone and mood. So you can say a few things into the system, and it can have you narrate a book, or it can have you, do a little bit of comedy if you've got a script or something like that. If I understand right, I'll leave it to you to see that video, but I went through it and I was interested to, I was wondering at the time, is that Jonathan Sturgill speaking, or is that the AI system? So they're already building a catalog of videos on this second channel. 38 subscribers right now. I've got an opportunity to talk about something. Judgment Day, Mike Harper, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. For that reason, I'm going to put your channel up next. Now, I wanted to mention a couple of things. Hopefully I'll remember both of these. I'm easily distracted, obviously. When it comes to watch hours, right? One of the things that a friend of mine, my dear friend, Elevate with Vern, would have talked about 3.5 years ago, 4 years ago when I first met her on YouTube. She's been with me many times, even here on Superchat a couple of years ago, and she's with us still today occasionally. But she is very knowledgeable in all things YouTube and definitely an influential creator. So when I was learning about playlists and connecting with creators and watch hours and things like that, her recommendation would be once you get to half of the goal with subscribers, that's when it's time to start working on watch hours if you haven't already. If you do it too early, it's possible that those watch hours won't still be with you by the time you get to the monetization goal. That shouldn't be the case anymore, because now with 500 subscribers, I believe almost anybody can get there within a year or much less time. But it's something to consider. But when we're swapping playlists, one of the ideas as well, let's say for instance we got Product Scope here. They've only got 6 videos. We can only give them half an hour of watch time, barely more than that, if at all, right? And the thing is, then, if you make an agreement to swap playlists with somebody, they might have you running a playlist for 10 hours or 24 hours, or, God forbid, a gaming channel with live streams that can go on for days. Most creators will insist on a fair trade. So with a creator that's got only a few videos like this right now, while they're already building, which is great, I would wait it out a little bit longer until you've got several hours. Let's say 5 hours worth of videos, or at least 2 or 3 hours worth of videos, and then start swapping with other creators. Even though I push it constantly here on Tuber Chat. So that's just a thought. And that's for anybody that's thinking about swapping playlists. If you've just started, you may not want to be quite so aggressive about it right away, but we're going to be here so you don't have to worry about it. There's hundreds, you see thousands of creators willing to do this. Sam's Logs, Trains and More, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that. And forgive me, Just Jason, Keto and More. I keep saying I want to say something, and I keep forgetting to say it, so pardon me for that. Judgment Day, Mike Harper's coming up right now. Sam's Logs, Trains and More is coming up next for the same reason. We always put super chatters on the screen right away. Just Jason, Keto and More and I had a conversation when we met up in person a while back, and I think it was that conversation that we were talking about. We had met up at a restaurant, but most of you know Just Jason, Keto and More now. He helps us with healthy eating and healthy living and the idea of a keto-based diet or lifestyle. We met up because I happen to be close to his hometown. He's only a couple hours away from me. And we met up at a restaurant, and I figured he probably would have eaten before getting there, because not every restaurant's going to be able to give you something that's going to fit into your keto-based diet or lifestyle. Once you're in ketosis, you want to stay there. People like Just Jason, Keto and More will help you with that idea much better than I can. But when we met up, I believe that what he had told me is that day for breakfast, he'd had about 4 eggs and a pound of ground beef as a meal. And to anybody that wouldn't normally eat just that, or that simple of an idea, it might sound a little bit odd. So I tried the same thing today. It took me 2 months to get to it, but I did actually try that, although I mixed in a few vegetables. It was way too much for me. I ate it all because I'm the kind of person who clears my plate even when I'm full, but I went through it and I was like, whoa, that's a lot of food. But I have to say, it was not extra lean ground beef because they didn't have it at the store when I went to get it. But I had not been hungry all day. I only ate, again, so that was breakfast, I don't know, 9, 10 o'clock. I think 9 o'clock this morning. I was up late today. And then when I got here, I had a sandwich before Tuber Chat only because I'm always hungry after we're done streaming. And it would have been too long. My stomach would be growling. I'd be distracted if I didn't already. And then little TJ, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And the idea behind growing your channel comes in the conversation that happens between yourself and other creators. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. So one of the things that I recommend to creators that have been with us for a long time, or to anybody that's brand new, the story is that not everybody here will go to a channel that they haven't seen before right away with good reason. They want to take a little bit of time to see how you interact with everybody else in the chat so that they can make a judgment call as to whether you might be a loyal and dedicated supporter for the long term before they will connect with you. So everybody who has been here for a long time can take that as a hint. What I will do personally is I will look at a channel before saying I'm going to connect with them, and then still connect with them. 99% of the time you're going to connect with a channel. But once in a while you can see a channel that you just want to be like, okay, let me see if they're going to be around a little while first. But you're absolutely welcome to meet everybody in the chat. What I recommend for anybody that is brand new is starts with a conversation. So a simple hello, letting somebody know that you've looked at their channel in the background, you want to go visit them and you want to connect with them, and then starting a conversation because you want to make sure they're paying attention to you. Here in the chat, it can get pretty quick and people are coming and going out of the chat all the time. That's what we're supposed to be doing. So when people go out to another channel, they might miss your message. Then they come back, let you know that you can let them know that you want to connect, head to their channel, do all the things you wish they would do for you first, and those instructions are listed in our video description. And then when you come back, let them know you've done all that. They will do the same thing for you afterwards. But you'll hear in the stories that I tell that we have an incredibly supportive community here. And hopefully everybody is having fun in the chat, meeting each other so far for today. And let's look at Judgment Day Mike Harper. This is another creator who's an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Thank you for the super chat again. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated, of course. We're going to look at Sam's Vlogs Train some more in another moment because of that as well. When we look at Judgment Day Mike Harper, we see a creator that brings us a little bit of video gameplay, but a great chance to get to know them. They've got some information on their About page as well to give us some insight into the creator and the channel. Some shorts here have done well, getting into 1,400 views and beyond. Live streams are frequent. They're on every few days usually, and they give us a chance to get to know them here. And then they got a second channel also, Michael W. Harper, where we get another inside look at this creator and a lot of DVD reviews. Actually, when we dig through the channel, we get a few talking head videos in between those reviews. 58 subscribers right now, so we'd love to help them get this channel a little bit farther towards the 100 they're thinking about. And when we look at the shorts over here, we get another channel, a chance to get to know Michael Harper, and we see that they've gotten into well over 400 views on a few of their shorts here. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. And then Smallholder Homestead, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And yeah, little TJ, for instance, we have, so this is a hint for everybody in the chat. We have supporters of all ages here in the chat. Some younger, some older, and things like that. So sometimes, like I said, you want to look at a channel right away in the background before connecting, but that'll give you an idea as to how to connect with that creator as well, to understand where they might be in their YouTube journey, if not their life journey as well. And then you'll understand very quickly about how that creator will likely do best being connected to, if that makes sense. But again, for anybody that's brand new, hopefully you're feeling welcome. And little TJ, it's good to have you here. 14 years old, so thank you for that. But we've had, like I said, we've got viewers of all ages. We've got at least one junior high student with us. Derpy Playground comes to mind. They let us know that. And we've had a few creators. We got a few high school students. I don't know if we often have creators in the earlier grades of school, like 6, 7, and 8 and things like that. But like I said, all ages, and Derpy Playground, in that case, has to be 11, 12, or 13. I'm sure they got a little bit of help with the channel, but that's just an assumption. Paralife TV, your everyday wheelchair ninja, is Shane. Good to see you in the house. And little TJ, yeah, it's great to have you here, so thank you for coming in. Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and more. Forgive me, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do what I did before. We're going to go on break and come back in 3.5 minutes and talk about my dear friend from the UK. All right, we're back, and we're looking at Sam's Logs, Trains, and More. Oh, I didn't. Oh, emergency orders. Yeah, Chris's Creation Fun. I think a part of that, forgive me if I'm mistaken, but I think part of it is because they're expecting an overwhelming number of people in the area. My intention is to try to get out and stream. I've got one set up. If I'll be able to do it or not, I'm unsure. I might have work interfere with that. But they're expecting, I believe, 1 million people in an area that usually doesn't have that all at once. But yeah, thank you for mentioning that, though. I happen to live in Niagara Falls. That is likely why Chris's Creation Fun is mentioning that. Forgive me if I'm mistaken. Sam's Logs, Trains, and More is up on the screen right now. Now, this creator is going to bring us a lot of train videos. And sometimes he's on the train taking a trip. Sometimes he is giving us a tour around a station. Sometimes he's giving us tips and tricks, and in case we're going to take a train travel of our own. Sam's Logs, Trains, and More also brings a lot of vlogging. He's been doing a lot of outdoor content lately, but sometimes he'll be indoors doing a product review or giving us a chance to get to know him. He's got quite a few shorts on the channel as well. These have started to get into 4,000, 5,000, and on the way to 6,000 views. And then live streams on the channel as well feature a lot of trivia. Sorry, I missed that, Sam, an Easter quiz live. He often does trivia games or quizzes or Q&As or gives us a chance to get to know him. Once in a while, he's out streaming outdoors as well, which is great to see. Sam has been bringing more content as years have gone on, and I've been friends with this creator now for 3.5 years or so. Yeah, thank you, Chris's Creation Fun. Nicholas Family Adventures, good to see you here. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat, as long as everybody is still here. Pardon me, as long as everybody's still active in the chat, we should get around to at least saying hello to everyone. Got another clear the wheel section onto the wheel, I believe. I think I missed the last one. And we do that every break until it either comes up or we're finished. But we still got another 50 minutes or so. And then we'll go into the music stream. For those of you who haven't seen it, all the same music that you hear in the background of Tuber Chat is available as copyright-free music that you can use in your videos and live streams. We have a separate channel for that. There's a virtual nightclub going on over there, a 24/7 live stream with a video game everybody can play in the chat, and people trickle in and out of there all the time. You can connect the same way you do here, and we have link drops over there. Angie Reviews, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Forgive me if I didn't say hello earlier. Now, Sam's Logs, Trains, and More is here as a member and a moderator. He is one of my longest standing official members, but he's also a friend of right in the beginning of Tuber Chat about 3.5 years ago. Our 4-year anniversary is coming up in about 4 weeks. Now, Sam's Logs, Trains, and More, along with all of our moderators, are dear friends of mine. They have been for a long time. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels, and they all do different things. But one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity, and for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres and live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way we do here. And thank you, it's me, Alec, and we'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen, maybe, or I wonder if that's the first time that's happened, where we did a 8-year anniversary stream on April 22nd. My dear goodness, Sam's Logs, Trains, and More. And all this time, did I not realize you've been on YouTube that long? Because Tuber Chat's coming up on 4 years now. Even I've been on YouTube for 6.5 years. Getting on 7. I have to say 7 probably now. Now is about 7 years. And then Sam's Logs, Trains, and More was there before me by the look of it. Now, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. My Clear the Wheel section has come up, so we usually don't do this. We usually don't take a break again right away, but we have to. What I'm going to do is wipe all the names off the wheel. I'm going to reload with any members and moderators that we haven't seen yet today, and then that is going to give me the chance to speed things up, and pretty soon we'll get to adding names to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. So let me spin one more time. We'll see who's coming up, and then we'll go for 3.5 minutes. We'll come right back. If you haven't already given a thumbs up, I'll appreciate those, of course. And it looks like it's going to be 49 more, so we'll be right back. All right, we're back. I put a couple of more names on the wheel after I cleared it off. If any of our members are still in the chat that haven't been seen yet, or moderators, please just be active in the chat. I'll get you right on there. But we're ahead of the game today, so we still got 40 minutes to go, and I've only got a few names on the wheel. Scratch and PPA, Just Jason Keto, and more. The 70s Culture and Backyard Trucker are all on the wheel. I added Bella's Whisper, Farmstead, and Scully's House of Thrillers. And we're looking at 49 more right now. Pardon me. Now, this is a creator that wants to talk to us about gardening, hunting, farming, fishing, product reviews, and wildlife, as well as cattle, pigs, and sheep. Self-reliance and prepping videos will begin again soon. And I'm just going to have a look at what they've been posting lately. So this one here, I think I shared out this video, but I haven't seen it yet. And I'm curious to know, hopefully 49 more is still in the chat with us. If anybody, including 49 more, knows how to pronounce that name. I'm assuming it's Husqvarna, but I could be very mistaken. And I'm only interested because we looked at that thing before. One of the things I've done in my other half of my full-time gig, let's say, I do a lot of outdoor work. Once in a while we're indoors, but one of the things we've done is epoxy floors. Epoxy for an indoor concrete floor is something that looks like paint, but when somebody tells you that their floor costed them thousands of dollars and it doesn't look like it, that's why. But what we use is a machine from that company, for instance, sometimes to polish the floor, do the epoxy and things like that. Most of us have seen those floor polishing machines that spin. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, Renee's Garden, good to see you here. Monica Lynn, Alaska, my heart, good to have you in the house. And Jennifer Ocean Homestead, I'm going to get you back onto the wheel. I cleared all the names off the wheel, and I'm going to reload with any members we haven't seen yet. And then 49 more. So I'm just curious about that, if they happen to be here. As well, this creator is posting frequently, as we can see, every other day or so, sometimes even more frequently than that, indoor, outdoor content, and shorts on the channel. When we look at these, we see that they've gotten into 10,000, 11,000, and 12,000 views, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with 49 more. They've actually been a long-time friend, but they are bringing us prepping and... Pardon me, I did say it from reading the about page, self-reliance and prepping videos. There we go. Those are going to come back pretty soon. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. And we're about to look at Scratch and PPA, who I often refer to as a shining jewel in the Superchat family. And little TJ, I see you have a question. I'll keep my eyes open for it. Scratch and PPA is now well over 2,000 subscribers. He's likely got that locked in. He dropped another premiere today. He does that every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern and has one of the fastest rolling chats that you're going to find in the Superchat family. Faster than this, faster than most others. He rivals those, pardon me, of the Garden State Gardener, the Stock Explorer, and a few others. It's very fast-paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. And I believe the biggest reason why is because Scratch and PPA is so unbelievably supportive to other creators. Literally, one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my now 7 years on YouTube. And Scratch and PPA literally supports every single thing that I do on every single channel that I touch. He always has. If you can imagine, we're coming up on episode 700 of Tuberchat. He has been here more than 650 times for hours at a time. And then, no, little TJ, you do not have to be a member to get onto the wheel or the screen, but it does take a long time. I'm usually here for 3 hours, and sometimes I only get to a couple of channels. But I'm going to put your channel on the wheel right now, so we'll be able to have a look at it. And I'm happy to push it a little bit earlier today. Lori's Tech Time, good to see you in the house. She is happening to be a member, so I'm going to put her on the wheel right away. Members get added to the wheel right away. And super chatters get put on the screen right away, but you do not have to super chat or be a member here. It's just that it takes a long time. I know everybody likes their channel on the screen, and I know everybody likes me to talk about them, but I promise you, from the beginning, I've said this, it's the least important part of what we're doing here. I just need something to talk about for 3 hours, and I know everybody likes having their channel on the screen. It gives me a chance to get to know the creators that are so supportive here in the Tuber Chat family. But the magic happens in the chat. That's why the channel's called Tuber Chat, not Tuber Screen or Tuber Wheel or Tuber Guy or any other thing, because it's the conversations that happen in the chat and the friendships that are built with other creators by supporting each other over the long term that make this whole thing work. So that's a hint for everybody. Girl Dad Cooking Up Deliciousness, I'm going to get your channel back onto the wheel. And yeah, it's not necessary, little TJ. I always appreciate the thought, but Brandon's Recovery, good to see you in the house. I'm not sure how much time we're going to have. We're only going to be on for another just over half an hour now, but I'll do what I can. Maritz's Yarn and Crafts is in the house. So, little TJ, I've got your name on the wheel already, so you don't have to worry about that kind of idea for today. And but thank you for the thought. Now, Scratch and PPA, like I said, over 2,000 subscribers. I talked about his premieres. He brings us the Scratch Challenge series of videos where he pits 2 lottery scratch tickets against each other and lets us vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Twitter, X, or Instagram. And Scratch and PPA also has presentation at the forefront of his mind. So his bright, beautiful avatar is matched by his thumbnails, which include content, of course, a hint about the giveaways that happen in his video series, and his banner's updated every week as well. Pete, did you talk today? I had the volume on. Yes, you did. You must have. You were talking about the second ticket was the Frogger game. Oh, for the life of me, forgive me. I was right there. I was sitting and watching and listening and everything else. And the reason why I remember so well, or not so well, my son was with me actually helping me with something in the office. And I was showing him, like, look, because we love video games and everything. Look at this Frogger ticket. It's amazing. Because the Frogger, you have to watch Scratch and PPA's video to know what I'm talking about. But the Frogger ticket, yeah, it had to be the second ticket for today, gives you directions. So you scratch this square and then you go down here and then you go over there and then you go down here. And it was really cool because I don't remember having seen that ticket before. Sometimes he scratches a ticket he scratched before, but that was really cool. Yes, forgive me, Scratch and PPA. I must have caught that. I was there. I was paying attention and everything, but for some reason I can remember. I love the idea of those video game tickets. If Stock Explorer offered to have me on their channel to do a scratch battle one day, and I haven't done it yet. I don't buy a lot of lottery ticket scratchers. Sometimes I do, but not often. But I love the video game idea ones. I think I've seen Pac-Man, Tetris for sure. And then Frogger is a cool idea. If I could grab a couple of those, that might be a fun idea. Scratch and PPA as well, like I said, has presentation at the forefront of his mind. His video editing skills have been complemented ever since his very first production, and the Scratch Challenge series of videos is very unique because he gives us a chance to be truly a part of it by voting on the content. So it sets his series apart. Now, he expanded the content on the channel this week by, this year, by taking a trip to Italy. I don't know if he took the trip to Italy just for the channel, but what I mean to say is he expanded the content on the channel, and that came from a vacation that he took many months ago, where he brought us vlogging style shorts that give us a look into all the different areas that he visited while he was in Italy, and some Italian lottery tickets that we might have otherwise not seen. So I know a lot of people will be excited for him to have expanded the content on the channel and bring us new videos. He also did his very first live stream. So hopefully we'll see another one soon. He has mentioned the idea that he might do that as well. And hopefully everybody will connect with Scratch and Pete PA. We'd love to push him towards the 2,100 subscribers that we know he's thinking about. We'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up on the screen. He's monetized, of course, and we can support his channel with super chats, super stickers, and super thanks when we go back to some of the replays like the one that he put out today. So Jennifer Ocean Homestead, let's see what this creator's got going on. And they're at 68 subscribers right now, well on the way towards their first 100. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther. Obviously a channel I'm getting to know. And then I'm just noticing your about section here. Oh, wow. This is a wonderful beginning of a story. I'm going to read that at some point. Jennifer Ocean Homestead, let's see what you've done here. And quite an accomplishment. I think that's going to be a heartwarming story to hear. I'm going to grab this DIY video that you just put out a few hours ago. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch some more content from this creator. Forgive me for not catching the idea. You must be a fellow Canadian. I recognize the mailbox there. On the ocean, where on earth are you? You must be right over in the, I'm assuming, the East Coast? Oh, this is really, really cool. I'm just skimming over the About section. Forgive me for not having the time to read it right now, but I'll look at it after. I should have noticed that when I must have run this video and not actually watched. I'm sure everybody understands. I run more videos than I am able to watch, but I watch as much as I can as well. But I noticed the Canada Post mailbox there, so forgive me for not otherwise already knowing that. And then as well, I'm looking forward to getting to know more about the channel. Lots of mix of indoor and outdoor content here. So hopefully everybody will connect with Jennifer Ocean Homestead. I'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. And you're neighbors with Rem's Family Farm, which is a longtime friend. They've changed their name now to Rem's Family, but Rem's Family Farm was the name of their channel. New Brunswick. So thank you. That's 3 creators that I'm sure of in New Brunswick, including Canadian Family Life and her husband, and then Rem's Family and yourself. So that's really cool. Girl Dad Cooking Up Deliciousness. Pardon me, Girl Dad Cooking Up Deliciousness. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So when we look at Girl Dad Cooking Up Deliciousness, this is a fairly new channel in the Superchat family. I think they've just been with us under a month now, maybe even a couple of weeks. Forgive me for being mistaken if I am. They've put out quite a few videos just in the last couple of days. I'm going to take one of the longer ones here. I'll take this 7-minute one. I'll put this in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with the channel a bit. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Superchat is that over time I get to know the channels, and over weeks and months by hanging out in live streams and premieres and watching videos, I get to know the content on the channels as well. And if you want to connect on the outside social networks, I'm always happy to get to know creators in that way as well. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter occasionally as well. When we get into Girl Dad Cooking Up Deliciousness, we get a story about the channel and the name of the channel on the About page. So this is Lorenzo, and almost 1,200 subscribers. So I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. 11,000 views on 3 of these shorts videos, which is really cool, and many more in the thousands. And then live streams they've done as well. These tend to be a little bit shorter than what we're used to for live streams, but that's cool. And hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. Like I keep saying, I got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. Let's spin the wheel and we'll look at little TJ right now. So this is a brand new creator in the Tuberchat family, and hopefully everybody will give them a warm welcome. We'll see what their channel's all about right now. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. But what I'm going to do when I get to your channel, and pardon me, I'm going to hopefully get to it from clicking on it here. And let me know, little TJ, please, if you're still in the chat. Pardon me. I wonder if Scratch and Pete PA's got a trick to get the chat to go back farther. because sometimes I notice that I seem to be limited to 15 minutes in the chat, and I feel like Scratch and PPA sometimes is able to reach out and get some URLs that I've lost already. So this is little TJ here, and like I was about to say, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take one of your videos here, and I'll look for a bit of a longer one if I can find one. When we're connecting with creators, we want to be looking for videos that are longer than 3 minutes. This creator, most of their videos are about a minute long, but if we dig through here a bit, we'll find a few 13-minute videos. So I'll take one of these, I'll put it in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list, I'll watch that video in full, I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on like I do for all creators, and that should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well, so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here 3 times a week or more, and we mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. So we get an idea of what little TJ is bringing us on this brand new channel in the Tuber Chat family. Itchin' to Scratch UK, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And let's have a look at Lori's Tech Time. This is a creator who brings us a bit of video gameplay like what we've seen from little TJ here. And Lori's Tech Time started with tech and electronic gadget reviews. Some of those are independent, like individual ones, and some of them come from a subscription service she introduced us to called Gadget Discovery Club. Lori's Tech Time is working on 1,900 subscribers, and I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. She's monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. She's been playing some Candy Crush too, and that's a game I joke about all the time. We've begun the process. I shouldn't speak about it yet because you don't want to say anything until you got it like close to materializing. A lot of people will suggest that when people are working on something new like another project, you really shouldn't say anything about it all. Just show up, have it ready to go. But we are working on the games. When I said my son was with me earlier helping me with something, he is equally talented, or maybe more so than I, when it comes to the idea of tech and music. We have like everything in common and all that stuff. And we're working on the games now. So I said we're going to do a couple of rip-offs. So Candy Crush is one of them. Some of you know Jelly Splash is another game that I've always liked, and Bubble Shooters, all mobile games, casual mobile games, not hyper casual where a block is chasing a circle, but like, you know, good looking real games like Candy Crush, for instance. So as soon as they're ready to go, as soon as they're able for people to make content out of, I'll let you know right away. But Lori's Tech Time has been playing a bit of Candy Crush. She mixes up the gameplay on her channel. She's got some shorts over here as well. She does a great job of getting through a lot of these like filter systems. A lot of this comes from Video Leap. She lets us know that. But I see her content on Instagram probably every day. She comes up like, so I'm on Instagram on and off probably 10 times a day. Could be 20, like I'm constantly checking it, right? But before you get into your messages, you always see somebody's story or post. And Lori's Tech Time comes up for me almost every day, at least once. And so this creator's given us an idea of how to use these filters, for instance, from Video Leap on her channel as well. She's got monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Live streams feature some video games. Battle Cats is one that's done well for her. So much she started another channel, a third channel, just for that alone. So let's have a look at that. When we get to her homepage, we can see that she's gotten into Lori's Mini Brands, which is another channel she's had for a while, with a new name, where she, I'm understanding, expects to do a lot of unboxing videos. But she's got a few product reviews here now, and then shorts on this channel have really exploded, 7,000, 8,000 views. And then she's got an extra channel here, like I said now, called Lori's Battle Cats, where she's playing this game that I was introduced to by Lori's Tech Time. She's been a friend of about 3.5 years now as well. And it's great to see a creator playing games that they can interact with the audience with as well. And she's got some shorts over here already also. These have started to get into over 1,000 views. No surprise. Lori's Tech Time also gives us a few tutorials on her channel to help us show how to get some things done also. When we look at Scully's House of Thrillers, we see the author that reads to you. We'll look at their content in a second. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Pardon me. We'll get to Scully's House of Thrillers now. I was mentioning this creator earlier in the chat. They always come in here enthusiastically. You can see this as a dynamic creator. The author that reads to you. I don't know why I didn't pick up on that already. I've read the About page I don't know how many times. They come in and they mention it, for instance. But they talk about books on tape with a twist. They read to us, but this creator is also an author. And that was solidified the other day. I think it was in Izzy's live stream. Well over 4,000 subscribers and monetized. You know that this creator is definitely influential when we get to a channel of that size. But I also understand that this creator is a good-hearted humanitarian outside of YouTube and probably in YouTube as well, as a matter of fact. I'm just going to grab their latest video from a couple days ago. I'm going to put it into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them a little bit, and hopefully everybody will connect with this creator. Obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They got information about what to expect on their About page, and they've gotten into 300 views on their shorts and a little bit more. Hopefully they'll post some more. Those will continue to grow. And then they've got quite a few live streams here as well. Quitting YouTube narration, I wonder about that. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Scully's House of Thrillers and horror and more, right, when we talk about the author that reads to you. So there we go. Hopefully everybody will connect with them. And I see them out supporting other creators all the time and have for a long time. They've been a long time friend now. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So again, one more time, I don't always do this, but what we'll do for right now is actually we'll go for 3.5 minutes for one final break. I know it's late, but we're still got another over 15 minutes to go. I'll get the link set up for the music channel, which is already running, and then we'll come back and talk about Backyard Trucker and get back to spinning the wheel. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @ mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Gloria's Platter, I mentioned earlier because she dropped a premiere today right after Scratch and PPA. Gloria's Platter is another friend of long over 3 years. And I just mentioned to everybody, my son was with me in the office today while I was going through those videos. He was working on something else over there. But I had to point out a couple of things. First of all, on Pete's video, that Frogger scratch ticket that I keep talking about, and Gloria's Platter does so many amusing things in her videos. It's been a while since I watched one. She does a lot of live streaming as well, and when she does that and cooks, she's obviously extremely talented in the kitchen and has become even, I would dare to say, more so over the last couple of years. But she does so many fun things in her videos and understands how to get engagement out of people instinctively, which is great to see. So, Gloria's Platter, my dear friend, thank you for coming back in, but I did enjoy your video today, especially when I remember all the amusing things you do in the middle of it. And Backyard Trucker is up on the screen right now. There's another creator who's here with us frequently. They give a lot of props to Marketplace Boutique. It's great to see creators inspiring each other to get started. Backyard Trucker lets us know that they're going to put just about everything and everything on for us to see. They've done a lot of dash cam type footage. Let's look at the shorts on the channel. We see quite a bit of these, and they've done really well. 10,000, 12,000. Dash cam footage is something I almost started watching a lot of on YouTube 7 years ago, right before I started. And Backyard Trucker, like I said, is with us regularly almost every day. Definitely a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. So I dropped a link for our copyright-free music channel. If you haven't already seen it, all the same music that you hear in the background of Tuber Chat is available as copyright-free music. We have a separate channel over there. There's a virtual nightclub, a video game going. Everybody can participate in the chat. Things come up on screen. We do link drops over there as well. Just Jason Keto and More is coming up right now. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So we talked about this channel a couple times as well. Just Jason Keto and More. And thank you for asking, Gloria's Platter. I got the music channel running 24/7 again virtually. So we're working on watch hours over there, and a few people have been really helpful, which I appreciate greatly. Lots of people have been coming in and out occasionally, but Scratch and PPA is doing his thing, and I can't help but shake my head and thank God every day and wonder how somebody can be so supportive. And we got lots of people. Just Jason Keto and More is over there frequently, almost every day. Jessie Miller Unboxings and More is there every day. She never forgets to comment and things like that as well. Toes up count yet. And but I appreciate that because I'm working on watch hours again. And, it's amazing to me that so many friends have so much patience, not to mention perseverance, willing to help again when there's so many people to support. But I appreciate that. And I'm obviously aggressively swapping playlists with people as well. Now, Just Jason Keto and More, who I mentioned, he's over there just about I think it is every day, but pretty close to it. This is a creator I actually met in person. I mentioned that a while ago in the stream. He helps with healthy eating, healthy living. I actually took a page out of his book. I think it was the conversation we had that night where he described for breakfast that day he'd had 4 eggs, and unless he mentioned it in a live stream, forgive me, but he mentioned having like 4 eggs and a pound of ground beef, and that's like breakfast sometimes to him, or an idea. And I tried that today, and I have to say, I love eggs. First of all, I eat almost everything. There's not much that I don't like. But I, just had some vegetables with it. I don't mind lots of vegetables and things like that. But I have to say, I was not hungry all the way from 9 o'clock in the morning eating that until time for Tuber Chat. basically, which is great. You want to, he'll do a better job of describing what we should be doing when we're thinking about keto, but I just took that inspiration from him. Now, Just Jason Keto and More brings us a lot of recipes for more reasonable ideas, like chaffles, for instance. He's been doing tons of these lately. And these are really simple. Most of his recipes are really easy to follow with only a few ingredients, and quick as well, which is great for somebody like me. He does a lot of product reviews. He can help us make sense of a lot of the ingredients we're going to think about, whether we're making something or buying something. He has done a million chaffle recipes. He's very well known for these now, and has guests on his channel as well that will share their life experience, their insights, tips, tricks, trials, tribulations, and all the things that come along with those, so that we can get some inspiration and motivation from them. Occasionally he'll bring some extra content like a GoPro unboxing, or take us out to watch some Christmas lights, or he'll go hundreds of miles out of his way to Ketopalooza to bring us some informative content as well. He expects to be back this year, and he's got some shorts on the channel that have done really well. There's a hint here about healthy looking grilling shorts getting into 5,000, 6,000 views and beyond, and 22,000 on one of these, which I have seen. And then when we talk about live streams, he's got one coming up, of course, on Thursday. He's on every single Thursday at 7:30 Eastern. Last week he celebrated his 2,000 subscribers, but he's already well beyond 2,400 now, so hopefully we'll push him towards the 2,500 he must be thinking about. The Charles, Fort Lauderdale Garden, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I know Life in the Piedmont Homestead is here. I'm going to put them on the wheel right now. We'll spin. We'll see who's coming up next. And keep on thriving is the message that Just Jason Keto and More will give us most often. Don't borrow time from the future for moments of pleasure today. And that's wonderful advice. He always has inspiring things. He just changed that up again. He changes these frequently. Bella's Whisper Farmstead is coming up right now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And Bella's Whisper Farmstead is a fairly new channel, homesteading on a budget, which I know a lot of people will appreciate the information going to be brought from a channel like this. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos. It's interesting that you did this video, because this is something I've wondered about. Now, I don't have the ability right this second to be able to do a raised bed garden. Nowhere where I am has space that's appropriate right this second. It's not really an excuse. I actually, I rent an apartment with Kristen, and there are ticks on the lawn that will not be taken care of by the management over there, unfortunately. We like living where we live, but, you're going to have headaches no matter where you are when other people are in control of it, as well as when you are in control of it. But we don't have a place where we could do a raised bed garden. I don't know if it would even be appropriate over there. But I have wondered, because some of our friends, especially with homesteading channels, but I've been to Hope Bus's place. That's another channel that's been with us a long time. They're only half an hour away from me. They have raised bed gardens, and I've wondered how many bags of dirt or soil does it take to fill up a raised bed garden. So I'm glad you did this video, because I think for a beginner or somebody aspiring to do something like that, it could be intimidating just wondering, and hopefully I'll be pleasantly surprised when I watch the video. So I'll watch soon enough. I'll put that in my catch-up list right now. And then, of course, homesteading content brings us a lot of outdoor content, maybe a little bit of indoor content. I'm still getting to know this channel, but they've gotten into 2,500 and even 3,000 views on their shorts and beyond. Live streams might be an idea for the future, something they've experimented with. Crimson Skies, good to see you again. Thanks for coming in. I know you were here at the beginning of the stream. We've been on for just about 3 hours, so I've dropped a link for our raid. We're going to go over to the copyright-free music channel for anybody that hasn't already seen it. It's all the same music you hear in Superchat, mixed up in a virtual nightclub where we got a video game going. Everybody can keep connecting the way we do here, and there's link drops over there to even make things a little bit faster. Life in the Piedmont Homestead is working on 800 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. I'm just going to grab one of their latest latest videos. They've been friends of ours now for what I believe is a couple of months. I could be mistaken about that as well. And then we get a mix of indoor and outdoor content, but my goodness, look at these delicious looking thumbnails. Mouth-watering steak is no joke over there. I like mine cooked. I like it like brown all the way through. And it's so funny because when you have the conversation about different steaks and things like that, Kristen, my girlfriend, knows how to do it. She could do it in a cast iron pan and make steaks like just perfectly. And I am not that guy. So when I get on a barbecue, you know, I can cook to save my life, but I am not the most talented person. I like everything cooked, so everything's going to be overcooked when I do it, let's say. When we get into shorts videos on this channel, 1,600, 2,500 views and beyond, live streams. They've done this with collaborations with some familiar faces there. Gail's Southern Living is there with them frequently, which is great to see, so hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these. I think I caught them the other day, and they got a few familiar faces over there. Susan's there, Heather's there, which is great. So Life in the Piedmont Homestead, I'm looking forward to catching you live again, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you have in this garden tour also. We'll spin the wheel. William Burning the Tires, good to have you back. And Wheat's Art is still in the house. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I felt like I missed another channel. Rambling with the Brooms is here, and he is a member and a moderator, so I'm going to get his channel onto the wheel right this second. And then, oh, he's at a council meeting right now. Rambling with the Brooms is a city council member. I wonder if he's going to continue that because he wondered about the idea. But if I understood right, I could be mistaken. But he's been I forget how many terms he's done already. And he lives closer to our nation's capital of Ottawa. And then She Stole My Thunder. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, we've been on for 3 hours now, or close to it. Maritz's Yarn and Crafts is up. Let's see what this creator's got going on. Not only are they here in Superchat every day, I see Maritz's Yarn and Crafts on all the time. I run into them constantly. Let's have a look at what they got going on here. I'm going to grab Hobby Lobby video. I don't think we have Hobby Lobby in Canada, so I have to rely on our American friends to bring us haul videos. And I'm fascinated by anything, you know, we don't have, of course, right? They crochet, sew, draw, paint, garden, thrift, and travel. And they bring a little bit more varieties, particularly in the shorts. They've gotten into over 800 views on one of these, which is great to see. And hopefully everybody will connect with Maritz's Yarn and Crafts, an incredibly supportive creator. Like I said, I see them supporting others all the time when I'm bouncing into in between premieres and live streams. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. Again, I don't mean to miss anybody in the chat. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And then we're looking at the 70s culture. This creator actually has a few channels, so we'll look quickly at each of them. This is the one they're focusing on right now. And Softball Susie, Twisted Roots, I see you in the chat. I've got you on the wheel right now. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And then, oh, Gloria's Platter, I don't see you in there. I wonder if you have got that shadow ban thing going on. Is that possible? Because I don't see you there. I have it in the background here. The 70s culture is talking about the 70s lifestyle, all things 70s. I recently watched one of their computer videos, and if you've wondered about doing some of the AI systems to assist in productions, they're using this as an experiment to try that out. So you'll get what I mean when you get over there and see some of these videos. But this creator is a longtime veteran on YouTube. I forget if they said 17 years. I'll show you their other channels. They got 69 subscribers over here right now. We'd love to push them towards the first 100. They got 2,600, 2,700 views on a couple of their shorts. They've already set up a couple of podcast ideas. And then when we look at this creator, we're going to see JLA member. And this is where they've got 58,000 subscribers. So you can see a very influential creator, obviously a dynamic host. They got a few new videos as well. They're posting all the time. I'm going to put one of their videos into my catch-up list. And it's great to see a creator with channels of this size still so supportive to other creators. And then when we get into... let's have a look at shorts here. We'll see that these have gotten into 7,000, even 24,000 views on a couple of these live streams are something that they seem to have done about once a month. We'll keep the notification bell on and hopefully catch them for one of these. And then Now It's Dark is one of their channels as well. So we'll have a look at this one. This is where we know them best. They've been with us a long time. So almost 10,000 subscribers over here. They're at almost 9,800. And then I see they've got another video right here. And this creator, obviously, like I said, a dynamic host. Look at that setup they've got in the background. I know a lot of our friends like those pop minifigures. I got a couple. I've got at least one of them. I got 3 boxes from Loot Crate that I never opened from years ago, and I hope to do that, and then we'll see if there's any more in there. The only pop figure I have that I know of is Napoleon Dynamite, but I'll see what else I've got, and if I can figure out where it is, I'll put it up on the shelf here. Look at this. This is a creator that's got into 60,000 views on shorts, 125,000, and the biggest one we've seen in the Tuber Chat family that I can think of at 11 million. Which is great to see with a lottery scratch ticket. So let's spin the wheel. We got another channel ready to go. This is Jim, by the way, the creator behind all 3 of these channels. Live streaming, posting video, shorts, everything frequently. Softball Susie, Twisted Roots. Let's get you onto the screen right now and see what you got going on. And I didn't realize we hadn't looked at this channel yet. I think you've been here once before, and forgive me if I'm mistaken. When we look at Softball Susie, Twisted Roots, they've got some about information for us here. Talk about crochet and share your work. Hand dyeing yarn is something they're going to do here. They might take us to a car show. We got a few friends that do that. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. So what I'm going to do is take one of your videos and I'll make it a longer one. So a live stream replay, I'll just pick the shortest one you've got maybe. I always look for something over 3 minutes, but you've got quite a few older ones here. Actually, I'll take a 20-minute one. And I'll put your first video, I'll put this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here 3 or 4 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Rambling with the Brooms is coming up. This is a creator, like I said, who is a member and moderator and a city councilor. They're probably in session right now, as a matter of fact. And then I missed Fazio to King, Naruto, Luffy, Goku. I'm going to put them onto the wheel right this second. They happen to be a member. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. I hope everybody will come over and meet us in the music channel as well. The virtual 24-hour live stream is running over there. Everybody can continue connecting the way we do here, and it becomes a little bit of a party at times over there. People trickle in and out all the time. And then, yeah, sorry, it's me, Alec. We're overtime now. We're always here for 3 hours, but we have to cut. I have to cut it off after 3 hours. So forgive me for the channels that we did not get to today. And She Stole My Thunder and Fazio to King, Naruto, Luffy, Goku we still have yet to go through, but I will leave this live stream running for an extra 3.5 minutes as well, so that everybody can clean up their connections here before going into the next stream if you'd like to. We've dropped a link for that a couple of times. I'll do it one more time. Rambling with the Brooms is here as a member and a moderator, and this creator comes to us from the homesteading community of channels closer to Ottawa in Canada. They bring us indoors and outdoors. Sometimes they're making maple syrup. Sometimes they're taking us on vacation or giving us a chance to get to know them or heading out to a meetup with other creators as well. So I've got their latest video in my catch-up list. They've been posting frequently lately. They got some shorts over here. You probably recognize Scott, the creator behind this channel, because he's been featured on so many other creators' channels. He also is an advocate for helping others grow, and he's probably moderator on dozens of other channels, as opposed to maybe even hundreds by now. And then he's got a second channel. We'll look at that in a quick second. Thank you for the reminder, though, Scott. You can hear me rushing through. And then thank you, Wheatsart. Again, forgive me for the channels that we did not get to. Sometimes we can get to almost everybody, or even everybody occasionally. But yeah, today is just an overwhelmingly busy stream. So live streams as well are frequent Thursdays and Fridays. Scott is on. He's often got StreamYard panelists. He gives us a chance to get to know him, but also introduces us to a lot of other influential creators. Travel Escapes with the Brooms is a new travel channel from this creator. He's been able to travel a little bit. He's got more coming up. He's got a project coming up with Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa, where they're going to go from Seattle to Alaska for a week-long cruise. And they're hoping to book 100 rooms of creators and supporters. He'll bring us content from that and hopefully give everybody... There's lots of information there. Hopefully we'll get a lot of people to join that production and that adventure. She Stole My Thunder is coming to us from Montreal. And this creator brings us book, art, and movie reviews and much more. Sometimes she'll give us a Canva tutorial to help us with our thumbnails or banners for our channels. She Stole My Thunder is working on 1,800 subscribers right now, and she's done a few different things. She's doing a lot of horoscopes, but look at how many videos she's posted in one day here. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos, put it in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to keep caught up with them or get caught up with them. She Stole My Thunder in between the reviews could be doing horoscopes. She could be reading to us or taking us outdoors. Then this creator as well has got some shorts here. These have gotten into 400 views and beyond. As long as they post much more, they'll likely see those continue to grow. I know that goes without saying, but we mention it often. And then when we get into live streams, this is where they give us these tutorials, and otherwise they're either reading or bringing us another story or review. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting to She Stole My Thunder, who is another over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here. And just for fun, we're going to spin the wheel. We'll get Phasio to King, Naruto, Luffy, Goku onto the screen. Again, thank you everybody for the time that you spent. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. Forgive me for the channels that we did not get to. We're back on Thursday at what I believe is the same time. We're coming up on episode 700. I'm aiming for Sunday, 2 weeks from now. So hopefully everybody will make it for that exciting milestone as well. I still actually am undecided today about what exactly I'll do, but we'll have a special edition. And after episode 700 and our 4-year anniversary, which is coming up in a few weeks, I have very exciting and informative content that I've been recording in the background that we're going to be bringing out in the coming months. So hopefully everybody will be excited about that. I promise those of you who've been waiting for me to do something a little bit better, more informative, are going to be very much pleased. And I've had a lot of help with that as well. So thanks everybody for the time that you spent. Let's look at Phasio to King, Naruto, Luffy, Goku, and this creator brings us video gameplay. We'll have a look at what they're mixing up in their video games and cartoons that they put into their videos here. I'll grab one of the latest ones. They tend to be quite short. I'll put it in my catch-up list. We'll get into shorts videos on the channel. These have gotten into 11,000, even 13,000 views. And then when we get into live streams, we see the video gameplay. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting to this loyal and dedicated supporter. And thank you, Bayou Bengal Fantasy Network. Yeah, you caught us right at the end. So thank you, everybody. Again, hopefully I didn't miss anybody in the chat. We'll see everybody again soon. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for our moderator, Scratch and PPA. I don't know how you do it, but thank you for the overwhelming support. He's helping with 2 channels at the same time right now, and probably a few more. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.